And we are live, no chill live, 158, the last live stream of 2024. We back.
158 of them things, man.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. We are in Christmas spirits.
That's unbelievable.
Make sure you like this video, follow, subscribe on all platforms, share it out to your friends. You know, we back.
We are back. Don't forget, we're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that you catch your live content. And don't forget the podcast too. Spotify, YouTube Music, We Outside. And listen, we're here to end the year with a bang. I can't believe this year is over already.
It's not over yet.
Not quite yet, but we're basically there. You could see the finish line. You could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I see the Christmas lights. Yeah, I can't believe it's December. Damn, man, 158 episodes. We did a lot this year. We covered so much, even just thinking about, our top moments and other things. Just like, damn, 2024 was wild.
It really was. It did not disappoint. Listen, I feel like every year just gets more like a movie.
Yeah.
In terms of what's happening, what's going on, the types of salacious things that end up in the news, and just like surprises.
Yeah.
Complete surprises.
Yeah. You never know what to expect, but we've been covering it all. So thank you everyone for subscribing, liking all of our videos, commenting throughout the year. We've hit the streets. We covered it all. Crazy, man.
We couldn't have done it without you all. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you.
Oh my God, yes. This is the last one of 2024. So we definitely want to wrap up the year. It's been a crazy year. Last week, we came back from our break, and we had some crazy ass topics like shit I did not want to even talk about, like, at all. It was just like all the darkest types of shit. I couldn't even make fun of some of the stories, even if I wanted to. It was just like, damn, man, with Diddy, Jay-Z, those accusations, with the murders we talked about. It was heavy. It was a lot.
There was definitely a lot last week. There were some highlights too, but I feel like anytime we go away for a few weeks, there's like a pile of shit that happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like entertaining. A lot of the times though, it can be kind of dark. kind of dark.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of a spin on it.
Yeah. We do what we can, guys, but this week should be a little bit lighter, more chill. Even though it's no chill live, we still have no chill. You know what it is. But,
you know the vibes.
Oh my God. But yeah, like it's been a crazy year. And Time Magazine, they named their person of the year, man. You know who it is?
Of course. Big Don.
Big T, man. Donald Trump.
Teflon Don.
2024 Time Magazine person of the year. Now everyone's giving their year-end, awards. And they're saying he's the top person, most influential person of the year, man. Do you agree with this? Are you surprised by this decision?
I mean, they did it the last time he got elected. I wasn't surprised this time when they announced.
Yeah.
It's especially with the way that he won, with the sort of red wave that we've experienced over the last month and a half, 2 months or so. 47th president.
Yeah.
He is on his way, unless something happens between now and January.
Yeah.
He is the next president of the United States. So, what can you do?
Yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all. This is he had a crazy year. He's a convicted felon, and he got elected to be president of the United States.
Convicted felon. Almost assassinated twice.
Lost a civil case for sexual assault, like a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
he's still here.
Yeah, listen, they are putting all that shit away, all those charges. They're like, well, we're gonna wrap this up and put it away for now, for the next 4 years at least.
insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy times. But yeah, do you think that like Trump will be like more acceptable? Because I don't know, man. It's all the big CEOs are in Mar-a-Lago, kissing his ass, kissing the ring. Do you think, that people will welcome him with open arms? I mean, he did win the popular vote.
Listen, this country is run by money. And I think this is the same thing that happened in 2016. Am I right? Like, I feel like when he got elected the last time, everybody was like closing up shop. If they were supporting the Democrats, they were like, all right, well, let's get ready for Trump. Like, it's kind of what happens anytime there's a new administration coming in. Everybody gets in line.
I don't know, man. I just remember Kanye and Steve Harvey. I don't remember anyone else like lining up to hang out with Trump that last time. I don't know.
That's because for some reason they always wanted to put the cameras in front of the black people when they decided to have a meeting with him, but everybody else did it behind closed doors. Everybody else was like, no cameras, please. Meanwhile, for us, it was like, listen, we need as much attention on this as possible. We paid for the full media package for this person. Yeah. Wayne, he is not getting out of prison for free, and there's camera time required.
It's crazy because Trump actually, before he was president, he used to have like fake Time magazine covers in some of his golf resorts, like acting like he was on the cover of Time. They made up these fake Time magazine covers, and it just goes to show, man, fake it till you make it.
I mean, this Time magazine cover isn't real. I mean, they put a lot of work into photoshopping this picture.
Of course,
man. He looks like 25 years younger than he is right now.
Yeah, man, but that's all magazine covers.
Yeah, but this is 1996 Donald.
This is Home Alone 2 Don. Person of the Year, Troy. Are you surprised that he got named Person of the Year this year?
Unfortunately not. Like you said, it happened last time, with considering all the stuff that he quote unquote overcame to become the president. It's not surprising at all.
Yeah. It's 2024. I think we're all just kind of exhausted from talking about all this shit. Like the election was a lot.
I will say, I don't think it's fair to call it 2 assassination attempts when no shots were fired the second time. And the first time, he didn't really get shot. Like, listen, we're going to have to debunk this eventually and come out and just say, like, all right, he didn't actually get shot.
Why do you, especially now that he's the president, they're never going to debunk it. They're going to hype it up, man. The winner writes history, bro.
It sucks. It sucks because there's nothing to happen to him.
I mean, there was some blood. We don't know where he came from specifically, but we do know he did get shot at. The second time was a little bit weird, I will say, but man.
They were like, we found a gun, and this guy ran when we approached him.
It's crazy, man. This news cycle this year has been insane, bro. Do you think 2025 will be even crazier than 2024?
Listen, they got to keep the people entertained. Like, they have to, whoever the script writers are, they've got to keep making it something that people want to tune into.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, I think that when Barack was in office, I feel like people paid a lot of attention. Then Trump was in office, people paid a lot of attention. People took a step back with Biden initially. He was boring. Everybody was like, oh, we're going back to normal politics now. And everybody stopped paying attention to CNN, MSNBC. They started getting some of the lowest numbers they've had in the last decade. And now Trump is back. And he's going to be on his bullshit. So it's gonna be very, very entertaining. People are getting fired the first year.
Of course,
they're gonna be cleaning house. Like the Republicans are enacting their Project 2025 thing. There a bunch of civil servants about to lose their jobs. It's gonna be a complete circus and utter chaos.
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. You say Project 2025. That's only a few months away.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know.
Literally a month away. Like a month and 2 days from now, he's getting sworn in.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It is nuts, man. Everything's been happening so fast. I remember when we just learned about Project 2025 and read all about their agenda, their far right agenda. It's scary, but we'll see. I think next year is going to be a lot crazier than this year. I think things are just ramping up. I feel like, it's just the climate.
Yeah.
They're talking about banning TikTok. We got UFOs in New Jersey.
Shit, I forgot about TikTok. It's been quiet on that front, hasn't it?
I mean, it's ramping up now. You know, I think the Supreme Court is now like listening to TikTok's argument. You know, about extending or fighting that law. That I think it's like January 19th. Is when it'll get banned from app stores right now. So
really,
yeah, it's coming up soon.
Wow. Now, if it's maybe I need to look this up, but my question was, if it's banned from app stores, if you already have it on your device, does it just not update anymore? Or is it like you can't even use it on your phone now?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it prevents it from updating, and then if they can't carry it, you can't update it through the App Store. So you don't have that support. Yeah. If you don't have the support from Apple and Google, you pretty much
eventually they stop supporting that version of the app. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
got it.
I don't know, guys. Do you think that they're going to ban TikTok? Trump ran a campaign. He was the first one who said he wanted to ban TikTok years ago. But then on his campaign, he said he wanted to keep TikTok, vote for Trump. He said he's a big star on TikTok. I don't know how true that is, but who knows? If they extend it beyond the 19th, maybe Trump wants to save TikTok now. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. One day it's like, oh, we got to stop abortions. Next day it's like, oh, abortion's not too bad. Like if my side piece and porn star got pregnant, I would get her an abortion. Like he has no idea where he stands on things as long as people are voting for him.
Yeah, he's an old ass man too, so it's only gonna get worse.
Oh yeah, we're gonna live to see him turn into Joe Biden. Watch.
Nah, man, for sure. But Trump does keep it real. I will say. He said the government knows what's going on with these drones in New Jersey, and they won't tell us. Do you think he's gonna tell us when he takes office?
That's the one thing that you gotta like about Trump. Like he will tell you, yo, COVID, y'all should use bleach, and then in the same breath he'll be like, this is from China. Like, and he will. One of those things is a blatant 100% lie. One of those things is true, and you have no clue which the fucking one to believe. Like, you have no idea. But people are going to try both.
Injecting yourself.
People did that. Insane. People did it though.
Who did that? Let us know, guys.
Listen. One of those poor souls that did not get a chance to vote for him in this election.
Damn, that's why he lost the election in 2020. All his supporters were injecting themselves with bleach. Yeah. Oh, my God. But, yeah, let us know, guys. Do you think that, like, what do you think these drones in New Jersey are? Have you seen them, bro? Have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen them. But from what I'm hearing, it's more so like Central and South Jersey that they're seeing them more.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, growing up in South Jersey, you always heard like the Jersey Devil sort of stories, being in the Pine Barrens and shit like that. So for me, I feel like when I first heard about this drone stuff, I'm like, there's somebody that's just flying around drones. Like, it's not that serious. But they ran it all the way up to Congress, so maybe it is serious.
Nah, this shit is real, man. And I actually did. I saw a drone in Jersey City.
Really?
I don't know if it was a drone or a UFO, bro. I don't know.
Did it have like a light, or describe it?
Yeah, so I'm walking home on Newark Ave in Jersey City on Friday night, and this is something that I swear I didn't even click in my head until the next day, because I'm just walking home. I'm looking up in the sky. I think it was almost a full moon. I think it was a full moon on Sunday, but anyway, the moon was like really pretty. So I'm looking up at the sky, and I saw like it looked like a shooting star, like, and I remember I walked faster to kind of see where it went, and it just disappeared. And I was just like, what the hell? I didn't think anything of it until Saturday when I saw like people posting videos of drones and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, maybe that's probably what people have been seeing. That's probably what people have been talking about. It was really strange.
Wait, so when you saw it, was it like super high up in the sky, or was it like you could kind of see a shape, or it was just like a light and you saw it moving real quick?
It was like a light moving really quick. It looked weird. Like, it looked like a shooting star, but it wasn't. Like, it just moved so quick. It kind of zipped across the sky. And then when I looked up, it disappeared. So I was like, what the fuck? Was that a shooting star? I didn't know what it was. And then the next day I was like, oh shit, I think that's what people have been seeing.
Dude.
I've never. Well, I've seen shooting stars, but when I thought back, I'm like, I don't think I've seen anything that looked like that specifically. And it was nighttime, so it's just like, why would drones be like flying around at night? I don't know.
I don't know either. What about you, Troy? Have you seen anything weird?
I have. I don't know if it. I mean, it looked like it was definitely a drone. Because my apartment outside of our big window, we kind of like you can see airplanes flying from like Newark. So I know what those airplanes look like. And I was watching a movie. I think this was on Monday, watching something with Shannon, and she's like looking out the window, and she's like, "Do you see that?" She's like, "What is that?" And we're looking out the window, and at first we thought it was like an airplane, but it was like it looked like too close, and we were trying to figure out what it was. And I was like, maybe it's like one of these like weird. I mean, I think it was a drone because it had like the red and green lights, and I'm thinking maybe it was like my neighbor in the building next to me or something flying a drone or something. But like we were freaking out because the way it was moving, it was like it looked like it was really close, but it was like really far, and we're like, what is that? And then it kind of just like flew behind the building, and like we just didn't see anything else anymore. So I was like, yeah, that's weird.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a little freaky.
I honestly, I think this is probably the government. Mama Graham says I've seen them.
Wow.
But I feel like it's the government. I think they're experimenting with some sort of surveillance drones and things like that. I mean, I have to imagine, how hard is it to put night vision cameras on a drone? Like, it can't be that difficult. It's not like they don't do the same thing with planes and shit like that when they're dropping bombs on people. Like, it has to be simple to put that sort of camera, like a thermal camera or night vision or whatever. But would aliens really fly drones around? I feel like if an alien is able to cut to Earth, they probably have some sort of like camouflaging technology or invisibility shit. Like that's what I believe, because if they're able to get all the way to Earth and like be in our atmosphere with their spaceships and us not realizing all this kind of stuff, like their technology has to be in a whole different stratosphere.
Yeah, I don't know, because from what I saw in the sky, I don't know if that was a drone. I don't know what the fuck that was. Honestly, for real. And it was so weird that I didn't even pick up on it until like the next day, because I'm like, I didn't know what it was. Honestly. So I don't know. I think people are seeing things and they're assuming it's drones, but I don't know. I have a drone, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't look like a drone to me, but I don't know what's going on. You think it's the government, surveillance?
I think it's the government. I really do.
I don't know, man.
But at the same time, they would never tell us if it wasn't the government.
But how would this be so obvious? You know what I mean? Like, without them telling us what it is. Like, so many people are seeing this stuff. So wouldn't they be more discreet or try to be more discreet? If they were really testing something out, why would they test it in such a big metropolitan area? Why not test it out in like a small town where, no one's gonna believe you in Kansas. That's where they have the crop circles and all the other bullshit. Like,
I mean, I get your perspective on that, but at the same time, maybe part of testing it in a highly populated area is, part of the test. Like, nobody's been able to get a real look at these things. I think that speaks volumes as to like whatever it is, whoever is trying to do. Like, no one has a clear image of them. Nobody actually knows what it is. And it's been a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe that's part of the test. Like, are we able to just go into a heavily populated area, see whatever we want to see, surveil whatever we want, and leave people thinking that they saw something but not really sure? And then they can't like say, oh, this was the Americans that were doing this or something. Like, I don't know. All this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
it is weird. What if it's just like Santa Claus? What if it's just Santa Claus delivering
trying out his new reindeer sled?
He's just getting the gifts out early.
He's got them hovering over like the over everybody's house, just over their chimney, just waiting there. Little invisible like trapdoor, and then it opens as soon as it's midnight on Christmas. No, there's no way.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but let us know, guys. What do you think's going on? Is it the government? Is it some other, foreign government? Is it aliens? Are there just people I don't know, flying their personal drones around? Like, that seems unlikely. It seems like it's definitely something coordinated. I'm not sure.
I think so too. I don't put anything past the government.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been to the CIA Spy Museum, and they had shit in like the 60s and 70s that I thought was from like the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, oh, okay. I understand now.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing stuff like in the 60s where you could make a picture so small that it looked like the period in a sentence on a piece of paper. But it was a picture, and then when you magnify it, it's like the blueprint of some building or some shit like that. They were doing that back in the 60s.
Wow.
So, like, God only knows what they're doing today.
Yeah, that's true. Who knows?
Yeah.
Trump might know, and he might tell us.
Dumbass.
I don't know. He's saying they know. Hopefully, we'll find out. But hell, we'll see, man. One person, who definitely is happy that Trump is the president, man. Lil Wayne. We've been talking about him for the last few months. He's definitely had an impact on our show in 2024. Shout out to Lil Wayne.
He has. We've talked more about Wayne in the last 6 months than we have in the last 5 years.
Probably, honestly. I mean, we definitely talked about him when, Trump pardoned him or community sentence or whatever the hell happened. But outside of that, you're right. This is probably the most we talked about him because he's been crying about the Super Bowl, the last few months or about not getting the Super Bowl in New Orleans next year. He was really disappointed. We talked about Kendrick's new album, GNX, last week in depth, where we also talked about, him shouting out Lil Wayne, saying he let Lil Wayne down. We talked about Lil Wayne tweeting out that they don't poke the bear. He we also talked about Snoop Dogg talking about people crying about not getting the Super Bowl.
Talking about it, gave Wayne gave Kendrick the cosign, said that's Lil Cuz.
Yeah, man. So, we didn't know. We never heard anything from Lil Wayne himself, since the Kendrick album, since the tweets came out. But,
since the concert crying.
Yeah, man. But, he went and got another sweater out the closet and went to go talk to his buddy Skip Bayless.
He did. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
And when we speaking, obviously he can't control that. And, so he didn't let me know. It ain't like he can control it or nothing. And also I've spoken to him and I wished him all the best and told him he better kill it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you better kill it. You gotta kill it.
Okay. Well, did he say anything to enlighten you about these lyrics about you? I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. I don't know exactly what that means. If he's sort of
No, he ain't. I don't think he knew he didn't have to do anything. There was no explanation that was needed for that. I think I understand. Again, that was my first time hearing it when you just said it.
Okay.
But I understand those words. Like I said, I think he just mean that he made it
right
there.
after
And
the
his
album
hard
dropped.
work is the reason why he made it there.
Yeah.
And obviously,
I took
let
it.
me down is me just being.
I think Wayne was being diplomatic.
Really?
I think he was.
Listen, so do you believe Lil Wayne when he said that's my first time hearing those lyrics?
No, I don't.
Why
Somebody
not?
let him hear that beforehand, because why else would you tweet saying, "Oh, don't poke the bear"? Like, y'all keep fucking with me, I'm gonna do something. Like, why would you even tweet that right after the album came out, where this is like on the first song?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Now, if they had a conversation, they squashed it, like it's all good. Wayne, maybe Kendrick was like, yo, trust me, I got you. Like, I understand, like, no disrespect was intended. Whatever their conversation was, I don't know. But clearly something was resolved.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was on Twitter and just saw his name trending and just decided, just to
It's possible.
say something. And then he talked to Kendrick because he did say he talked to him. He said
Yeah.
he talked to him and told him to kill it and congratulated him. So maybe that tweet was just reacting to other people reacting to the album. But I don't know. What do you think about him being so positive though when he's actually speaking on this? And what do you think about his fit, man? You think he got that at Kohl's or like what is he dressing like that for,
That
bro?
fit looked nuts. I mean, he had a plaid shirt on, a cardigan. He looked like he was ready to go to school.
Bro, he looks like your fifth grader, a fifth grader whose mom let him dress himself for the first time. Like, what the fuck is he? What is he wearing? Like, that's like his TV outfit. Wayne needs a new team around him, like, for everything, because I don't like the way he's moving, but I do like that, he's being more positive, like when speaking about Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl, because I got tired of hearing him crying.
Yeah, I listen. I think there's a few things with Wayne. One, he probably needs to go to whatever doctor Doc Rivers went to for his throat, just because he sounds like he got a tracheotomy or whatever. But aside from that, I just want him, if he's going to be in the news, I just want it to be like great things from a rap legend. Like, you're performing, you're doing something with the community. I don't want like you whining about not getting some opportunity or something like that. Like, good things come to those who work hard for them, do what they're supposed to do. Like, look at Snoop, look at 50. Like, there's a bunch of people that are legends in this game that anything they want, they get it. I think Wayne should be that person too. For some reason, that's not him. And I don't know. I'm not going to blame him for that. But I think that there's steps that you take along the way that help you get to the position you want to be in. And I just want him to be there. I want him to be happy, healthy, and get the respect that he deserves. That's it.
Yeah. Like, and what's up with Skip Bayless? Like, is this what he's
trying to
doing
poke
now?
the bear and like trying to get a clip? Like, oh, you told him good luck. Got it. And what did he say about those lyrics that he said? like I don't know. Skip, I haven't seen anything about his pod or what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been, ever since he left ESPN, I've stopped paying attention to Skip really, except for like the random things that would happen with Shannon. But I don't know, like something about hearing from like a 70-year-old journalist is like not that fun.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped paying attention to Skip and Lil Wayne like a long time ago, personally.
They're clearly friends though.
Somewhat. It's just a weird ass friendship. Like, I feel like Lil Wayne has these fits ready for when he talks like old white people. Like, that sweater he had when he was with Trump, like, that just made it like so much better.
Like a grandma sweater.
And he has his like, or I don't know if his glasses are real or fake, but I feel like they're fake. But he wears like these big ass glasses. Like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna dress like a nerd. Like, but
it's so funny because I feel like Wayne for the longest time was viewed as one of the cooler rappers.
Yeah. And
then it just like went away.
Yeah. So happens, man. Perceptions change. Like,
they do.
What do you think? How do you think Drake feels about Wayne asking Kendrick to kill it?
I don't know. I feel like that's why I was saying I feel like Wayne is being diplomatic because it's like you don't want to create a problem with Kendrick. I don't think anybody after seeing what happened this year should want to create a problem with Kendrick. It's like, play nice with this guy because he's fucking crazy. And I think Drake should understand that too now. Like, Wayne isn't going to go out and say anything crazy in public anymore. Even when he was complaining about shit, he never once said nothing about Kendrick. It was like, oh, I feel like I got snubbed. This opportunity was taken from me, blah, blah, blah. I always wanted to do this. It's my city, all this type of shit. But he never said a bad word about Kendrick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, is everyone just like leaving Drake just to fight this on his own at this point? Did Drake really screw up most of his hip hop relationships? Because like, I feel like there's been a couple people who have stood behind him, his producers, and then Young Thug kind of said we all should be friends. J.Cole shouted him out, but outside of Thug and Cole, I feel like no one else is gonna help Drizzy, and now he's suing his own label. Do you think he burned all his bridges in hip hop?
I don't think all of them. I mean, you don't get to where Drake is. At least I would assume not, and have burned all the bridges. But he still got Nicki. I'm sure there's going to be younger artists that would be more than happy to work with Drake. And that's been his go-to anyway. Like, wait until there's a hot new sound. Then I'm going to come do a feature on your song, blow that shit up, and then try to steal your swag. Like, I don't think his gateway to fame and what he's used as his modem to like grow his career, I don't think that's gone.
Really?
I think maybe just some of the people that he did that with, he will no longer be able to do that with.
Yeah. But everything has a limit, right? I feel like he kind of pushed it to a point where now nobody likes him. And especially, it's easy to hop on, these other waves when your record label is behind you and pushing that button and pushing your shit out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have support from your label, when you don't have support from other artists, who you usually collaborate with, like, come on, man, he's talking about doing another collab album with P&D, which is one of the artists that he signed.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that's I would like that project, but other people don't seem to be like, I don't know, going to bat for Drake.
I just find it hard to count him out. Like again, I think we said this before early in the beef. Like, I think he is too big to fail. Now that does not That does not mean that he's not going to lose steam. It doesn't mean that he hasn't lost relationships and things like that. But look at Russ. Russ has been doing it independent for a number of years. And he has his own tours, does all his own stuff. Like he's doing great. I don't see why Drake can't do the same thing.
Because he's locked in this deal. That's why he's suing his label. He's the exact opposite of Russ.
But I think he's going to get out of the deal.
Okay, we'll see when that happens. But until that happens, it's hard to project what's going to happen with him. And even if he's able to get out of his deal, for someone who's leaned on the machine so much and kind of ruined his reputation with the fans. I mean, we've been talking about his music getting worse for years.
True.
I think he's on the decline. I think he should shift, into something else.
Definitely on the decline. I don't know if he'll leave music. I think it's too soon to say that. I would say that, like, 2025 is a big year for him. I think if he doesn't figure out a way to come back next year, that could be exactly what you're talking about. Is like, all right, are you going to go back to acting now? I think that could be a huge pivot for him and a huge market for him to be really successful if he went back to acting.
Nah, I think he's going to do a joint album with Sexy Red, and they're going to be twerking on tour.
That'll be the nail in the coffin, then.
Bro, there's so many nails in the coffin. The coffin is buried.
He's a cat. He's got 9 lives.
He's a pussy, you're saying?
Yes.
Let us know, guys.
Drake is not going anywhere.
Should Drake be mad at Wayne? And yes, he is. He's going to Australia.
On tour. He's going to go make his international money.
Oh, my God. Because he's forced to do it. In the contract he doesn't want to be in is making him go to Australia and tour on the for another year.
Listen, he's going to go find that chick that we talked about multiple times who's got like 600 bodies this year.
I'm sure he's probably seen her before. Right? She's been all around the world, and we'll get to her later.
All around the world, and I.
One of my favorite stories of 2024, personally, but I don't know. Troy, you think Drake should be mad at Lil Wayne?
Maybe look at him a little funny. I think I probably would, especially how much. I mean, I know they both love Wayne. Kendrick's always talk about the Wayne influence, and same thing for Drake. So it's kind of hard knowing that it's just out there. But I mean, yeah, because didn't Drake jump into Pusha T beef because of Wayne?
I think so.
Yeah, kind of.
I think he kind of like inherited that beef and stuff. So I mean, he's probably looking at him a little funny.
Yeah, and Wayne's not really a beef guy. I mean. You think about when Young Thug was dissing him and, allegedly had his bus shot up in Atlanta. Like, Wayne wasn't really entertaining that shit. Like,
there's like a quote where Wayne is on camera saying like rap beef. I ain't doing that. Like, I ain't never did no battle rap or nothing. Like,
yeah,
that ain't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Drake's mad at everybody. He's pretty much been saying that all year. Whenever he gets a fucking chance to fucking start talking, and playing the victim. We'll see. 2025, man, I'm excited. I think 2024 was a good year for rap music. A culture shift, as you would say. I think we look at a lot of people differently. You know, J.Cole was at Madison Square Garden this week for Forest Hills Drive 10-year anniversary. He ended up giving out, I think, like 2,000 tickets for $1.
2014. Pretty dope. Yeah. Announced it early that morning. Then I was like, man, if only I was like in the city, I would be right in line with everybody else. But that line, when they showed the video, that shit was like 6 blocks long.
Yeah. And it was like nasty outside. Yeah. Like, I would pay money to not have to stand outside in line to get a ticket personally. And I was thinking about going, but I ended up live streaming it because I was too tired and it was nasty out. But it was cool. It was actually like the same exact show he did from 9 years ago. The same exact one.
I know. That's why. And see, when it first got announced, that's how I was like on the fence. I'm like, if he's just going to do this whole album, that's exactly what he did when we saw him in Camden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then I saw the prices and I was like, I definitely don't want to do this.
And honestly, like, I was really tempted to go last minute and waiting for tickets to drop, but I'm glad I didn't because it was kind of nasty. It was nice to watch at home because I was like, if I was there, I might be taking a nap. I don't know. Certain parts of that album, I don't know. It's good. Some tranquil parts, some melodic parts.
I'm in the same stage and everything.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the roof.
Yeah, I did like that. Even like the interlude stuff he kept, like doing the throwbacks. So it was nice. Shout out to Cole, man. He had the garden rocking to sleep. Oh no, no, it looked like a good show. And it was cool to see him get a lot of love. You know, he's had a lot of ups and downs this year, as we'll talk about when we talk about our highlights. But he also is promoting the last Dreamville Fest pretty heavy.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens with Cole in 2025.
I think that he's probably going to do something similar to what Kendrick just did. Like a couple months before the Super Bowl, Kendrick drops an album. I think a couple months before Dreamville, Cole is going to drop an album.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. Cole, if you drop the fall off like sometime this spring, I might end up wanting to go to North Carolina if it's good. If he really drops a classic, man. I really like the way Cole moved the second half of this year.
His birthday is also on a Tuesday this coming year.
Okay. Could
be a surprise Tuesday drop.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice, man. Yeah. I think Cole has a bright 2025 ahead. Drake, we'll see. I don't know, man. But 2 rappers who are beefing with each other, and I just wish we stop hearing from them, man. Cardi B and Offset, bro. Can they just get divorced already? Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen, it takes a little bit of time when you got kids and millions of dollars to worry about.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit.
Especially when you gotta like shit talk each other on the internet.
You have to.
Every few weeks.
You have to. Without fail. I think that recently heard they were in the strip club, like having money wars and stuff, bottle wars and all types of shit. And now Cardi, she's on social media trying to make her case for her next relationship.
Yeah, man. She's putting herself out there. She's calling herself a perfect 10. Cardi B, man. She's ready to move on even though the divorce is not finalized. Yeah, man. She's making a case for herself, bro. Like, people are pushing back though. But she gave out her criteria for why she's a 10. Do we have like the tweet up for that? Or?
Yeah, I have the tweet up. So in her tweet, she says, somebody tweeted at her saying, "You actually called yourself a perfect 10?" And she said, "I didn't, but I am. Pretty face, pretty frame, little feet, smell good, never got an odor, even if it's that time of the month. Got that grippy, street smart, a hustler, rich as fuck, a God-fearing woman." Rich as fuck and then a God-fearing woman is wild. Baby, I can upgrade a man's life and buy yours. A perfect 10.
Damn.
And then she went on quite a rant on
about me, I'm street smart, I'm a hustler. I could upgrade a nigga life and I could buy a bitch life. Like, it's like, I definitely feel like I'm a 10. Like, it's like, bitch, and everybody should feel like that. But I just know it. Like, bitch, when I just know it ever since, even when I had crooked teeth. Even when I had crooked teeth. Like,
Crooked teeth.
Duh, bitch, of course. So then when I compliment myself and I say every quality that I like about myself, here come bitches talking about, everything that you like about yourself is like male approval. Like, you such a pick-me. And it's like, yo, you bitches, you know the problem with you bitches is that y'all like to humble. Y'all like to humble bitches that feel good about themselves because y'all don't feel good about yourself. Y'all have to, a man got to tell you that you look good. A man got to tell you that you a 10. I don't need nobody to tell me that shit. I know it, bitch. So when I say it and I say what I like about myself, because let me tell you something. If I was online talking about, yo, I really hate my areolas. My areolas is the size of a fucking, a drink coaster. Y'all, you know what y'all would do? I'd be like, no, Cardi, don't say that about yourself. We're women. You should love yourself. Blah blah blah. Yeah. That's what y'all would say. Y'all would say that if you talk about what you hate about yourself. But if you talk about what you love about yourself, here come these angry assholes talking about like, oh.
She went on for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It was entertaining.
Bro. The Democrats had her on the campaign trail weeks before the election.
In Missouri. They sent her to Missouri. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, they lost this shit. If you're sending Cardi B, of all people, to a middle of America state, you are out of your fucking mind. Just throwing shit at the wall, hoping something's going to stick.
Man, I just want them to get divorced because, she's saying she knows she's a 10, but everyone hears this and is probably thinking the same thing. It's just like, yo, you're trying to convince yourself of something that we don't believe you. Like, nobody believes Cardi B when she goes on Instagram Live and talks about how great she thinks she is and how much of a catch she is. It's actually pretty sad. It's just like, damn, you really are rich. You really are famous. You really do have all this stuff, but you feel the need to, like, prove something. You know what I mean? Because your self-esteem is probably pretty freaking low.
Yeah. I feel bad for her. I mean, it's funny because I forget that she's like our age.
Yeah.
Because she still acts the same way that she did 5-10 years ago. She still does all the same things.
Yeah.
And like I said, I continuously forget that she's in her 30s. She's been in the game for a long time now, and there just seems to be little to no growth. I mean, granted, she says all these things about herself, which is great, but she had to have taken some real hits to her ego with the way that Offset has moved around, the way that he treated her when they were married, now that they're like on the outs and getting divorced and things like that. Clearly it has an impact. Clearly people's responses to her and what she thinks about herself has an impact, or else she wouldn't have gone on this whole rant.
Yeah.
It's just, I like Cardi a lot.
Yeah.
Do I think she's a 10? If she believes she's a 10, she's a 10. But for me, there's a couple points missing.
Yo, oh man, I don't forget her age because she talks like any other, like, I don't know, single mom on Facebook. Like that explanation just seemed like an Instagram bio from every girl you went to high school with.
Sound crazy.
Who has like 3 baby dads. What is this? I'm pretty face, pretty fame, little feet, smell good, never. Why does she always have to explain too far? Never got older, even when it's that time of the month. like, why do we need to know that? Like, she always has to take it to the next level. It's just like, I feel like she, I don't know, might be on the spectrum a little bit, like, because she always just gives a little bit too much information. That's why she's not a 10. I would not want to take her to dinner. I would not want to take her to the holiday party. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not to the. You can't take her to the holiday party. There's no way. And that's probably the main reason why I'm saying I don't think she's a 10.
She'd be fun.
She's not. Yeah, she would be fun to be around. She's fun to like fuck around with or be friends with or something like that. But I don't. If it was me and she was a normal chick that I knew, I don't think I could take her seriously in a relationship. You can't. Because I couldn't take her home. My parents, dog, There's no way. I would be judging her. I would get tired of her. Like that's her personality is fun for a short time, not a long time.
It's just crazy. Like her criteria: pretty face, pretty frame, little feet, smell good, never got an odor even on that time of the month. That's like she named that real quick. It's just a little bit suspicious to me.
You think she lying? You think she bullshit?
It's just very specific. It's just like, like I wouldn't even think
You're
about
like,
that.
dang, so
That's
it does stink.
That's why you're a 10. Like she's like, I got that resolved years ago. Oh, okay, my bad. I don't know. Do you guys believe Cardi B? Do you think that she's a 10? You know, if she wants to believe that, sure. You know,
I just feel like if she was all that great, her man would have been out in the streets every other week. Like, it wouldn't have gone that way, I don't think.
Listen, I don't know. I feel like they're both rappers, and you know, rappers cheat. Like,
well, yeah,
you know, faithful rappers out there. Even Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper took his chance, and he about to lose his too. Papoose and Remy.
Yeah,
we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah,
but that's been all over the news the last couple months, and really over the course of this year. I don't think we addressed it much though.
Hell no.
They're not mainstream enough.
No. Shout out to Clarissa Shields though. They got her biopic coming out like on Christmas. Like, that's great timing.
It really
crazy.
Is. But it was so weird. I thought it was the algorithms fucking with me, because literally I was watching like some videos online of the whole Papoose, Remy, Clarissa, all that, whatever drama they've got. And then the next day, I saw something about her documentary. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, everything is connected, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, I just hope Cardi B and Offset finalize their divorce. She's pushing for it. He's saying, he wants split custody of the kids. It's tough.
She said in her video, we've been peaceful for over a week, so we like the energy.
Over a week? God damn. It's like one of those signs.
She said, we ain't been beefing, we ain't really speaking. So I think we're getting to a point that is really healthy co-parenting.
Oh, God, healthy. Bro, it's just like 0 days without an incident, 7 days. Like that shit, they reset that shit every couple hours. That's crazy.
She said for the past 3 months, it's been drama, it's been arguing, it's been craziness. But this week, it's been like 8 days that it's no drama, no bullshit. It's getting to a point where everybody's moving on healthy.
Oh, yeah, so healthy. Until his birthday comes. And listen, Cardi B's single, and I'm also single. So you would think I would actually shoot my shot. But no.
No?
No.
Damn, we found the one chick that Julian is like, listen, no way.
I'm sorry.
Not with the 10-foot pole. No way.
I'm good off of that. But shout out to her. She seems like a sweet girl. When she goes on these rants, it's kind of really unattractive. I feel like it's just kind of sad. It's just like, damn, no matter how much money or, fame people get, it's never enough to fill that void.
She better get right. She gonna have a hard time finding a new dad for them kids.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, believe me, that'll put up with that. Or,
guys that are gonna take her money, but if she's actually looking for somebody,
I mean, come on, Britney Spears had a husband.
Till he got that money.
He's gone. He's long gone.
He was like, no more conservative shit.
Now she
Peace.
Married herself. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Cardi B needs to do, is marry herself. I don't know.
Think?
I don't know, man. She definitely lets the intrusive.
Listen, she's selling it. She's selling it. Got that grippy.
She is. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. That'd be an interesting dating app bio right there. God-fearing woman, rich as fuck, hustler, street smart, got that grippy. Damn.
It's got small feet, nice frame.
Oh, God. That's funny.
Don't stink that time of the month.
Yeah, you know who does not have small feet? Megan Thee Stallion. She got some big feet.
You hating. Man.
I'm not hating. I'm just trying, we're just trying to keep the show moving. Megan Thee Stallion does not have small feet, but she does have beef with Tory Lanez still, even though he was convicted.
She got short patience.
For 10 years. 10 years he's going to jail, man.
So
Tory
crazy.
Lanez. It's not enough because she is seeking to get a restraining order against imprisoned Tory Lanez because she's saying he continues to harass her using like third parties and other people to get to her. So Megan Thee Stallion, she asked the court on Tuesday to issue a restraining order against Tory Lanez. So she's saying he's harassing her from prison through surrogates as he serves his 10-year sentence for shooting her in the feet. Now, I didn't know you can get a restraining order against someone who's locked up. Like, I've never heard of that in my life.
I never heard of it either. Apparently she had a restraining order against him, but then when he got sent to prison, it's like nullified because he's in prison.
Yes.
So, according to the petition, it says that prison call logs are saying that he is coordinating attacks on Megan's credibility. And there's also basically a filing that says bloggers are acting on his behalf to cast doubt on Megan's allegations, making false claims, including that the gun and bullet fragments in the case are missing, which I don't know why it would matter now because he's already been convicted. But the petition says the protective order issued would prevent the previous the previous protection order is no longer in effect. And it's a loophole and a flaw in the criminal justice system, according to them.
Interesting. I've never heard of anything like this. Do you believe her claims? Because when I hear this, I'm just like, yeah, he's locked up. He lost the case. He's going to be gone for 10 years. And it's just like, I feel like throughout this whole situation, the last almost 5 years, she's been doing a lot to control the narrative. I feel like, even her interview with Gayle King, we talked about where she obviously, blatantly lied about a couple of things in her relationship with him and being sexual with him and other things. And it's just like, she seems like her and I guess Rock Nation or whoever her management team, they've been kind of focused on controlling the headlines and making sure that a lot of, what she was doing that was positive got kind of highlighted.
Yeah.
Does it ever end? Because when I hear things like this, I'm like, when is she going to be able to move on from this story? I think it's kind of just like you have to move forward. It's just like it never ends. Like if she wants to move forward, is this a step in the right direction, or is it just never going to end between them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that this is a petition that is particularly calling out one blogger called Elizabeth Milagro Cooper, who is allegedly being a puppet and mouthpiece for Tory Lanez. She posted on X saying, "Can she even prove she was shot?" And then calling Megan a professional victim. I've never even heard of this lady. I don't know what the value is from continuing to like worry about this stuff, bring attention to it. Like, you're keeping this alive by worrying about what some random blogger is saying. Like, you won. The victor is able to tell the story however they want. It's finished. Just like move on, drop good music, do fashion, do whatever you want, but you're free. He's locked up for 10 years. I feel like you got to let it go.
Yeah.
Like, this blogger, I'm sorry, but sure, if she's saying all these things about Tory Lanez, great. But how much longer is she going to be able to do it? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a single fuck about Tory Lanez right now.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's still dropping like freestyles from prison and other things, but like, I feel like you can't you can't control the narrative from everyone and all the bloggers and all the other people who are going to be talking shit on the internet, and I feel like the more we see like these headlines, the more they're always going to be attached to each other. Meg and Tory, unfortunately, I think they're married forever, even though he's locked up.
I think she got to take a book from like a page out of the book from Rihanna or something. Like, you got to figure out a way to move on with your career, continue to blow up and be great and do the right things, and good things will come to you. But this is, I just don't see the return. Yeah. I just don't.
I mean, telling someone to be like Rihanna is hard. Like, Rihanna, yeah, she did a lot. Like, she had hit album after hit album after going through that shit with Chris Brown. Meg, I mean, she's been active, but
She's
I
been
mean,
super active. No hits,
Mm.
but she's been very active. Dropped a project this year. Like it's she's been moving. She's been doing things, but you got to do something that's really going to take people's attention away from it. And what you've been putting out as product, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
You got to hit that blue magic, and you're missing it.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever we are talking about her, something related to this. So hopefully in 2025, we're done with the Tory and Meg shit forever.
Yeah, the only other thing we talked about with Meg is that she was another one that was at a Kamala rally, shaking her butt.
Oh, man. Losers of the year?
For
Democrats?
real.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Man, there were a lot of losers in 2024, but there were a lot of winners as well, man. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy.
Woo!
Colorado defensive back and wide receiver Travis Hunter, man. He plays on both sides of the ball, man. He's one of the best players, in college football, probably the best player. I mean, honestly, like he won the Heisman. He might be a top 1 or 2 pick this year.
Only a couple players have done this. Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey, those are the first 2 that come to mind. But I know Dion played both ways a little bit, but I don't think he didn't win the Heisman. But
Pause.
Thanks. Yeah, he didn't win the Heisman, but this is a huge accomplishment. People were wondering like if Travis should win it. If that guy from Boise State, Ashton Jonte or something, if he should have won it. He ran for almost like 3,000 yards or some stupid shit. He was a complete beast. Yeah. I think their team only lost 1 game. But Travis won, and congrats to him. It's big time.
Yeah,
it's big time. He, like you said, probably I would say definitely top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope whoever drives him lets him at least get some snaps at receiver. Like I feel like it would be a waste of talent to just make him a defensive back. Honestly,
I was listening to him on the pivot, and he's going to be adamant. Like when he's in his interviews and stuff, going through the draft process, he's going to tell teams like, I want to play both ways, and if they have questions with it, call Prime. I think he deserves a chance to try to do it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the NFL is different. Like, do you want to have to try to cover Tyreek Hill and then as a receiver try to play against Jalen Ramsey? Like, do you want to have to try to cover AJ Brown and then as a receiver have Darius Slay across from you? Like, that's a different level of competition than what you get at Colorado State.
Of course.
But I think he's shown for the last 2-3 years he's a baller.
Yeah.
You got to let him try. Like you're not taking him because I just want him to be a defensive player when he spends half the time. He played 1,000 snaps this year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
You think the Jets might have a shot at him?
If they would have lost on Sunday, I think so. I think now they're kind of out of that range. I'd draft him. I do like him a lot. I've been watching a lot of their games this season. He's like just amazing to watch.
I think Giants are going to get him.
With the first pick? They're in the first, or is it Jacksonville?
I think it's like Jacksonville and Giants. They're like fighting for first pick.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I think one of them takes him for sure though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because they both need like receiver and corner help. Jacksonville not as much from the corner perspective, but Giants need corner help and receivers.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. Travis Hunter had a big year, man. He's also engaged.
Yes.
Leanna Lene, is that her name?
Yeah. She got 2 big L's, all right.
It's his girlfriend. She's been catching a lot of flack the last few weeks, being caught on camera.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit like pouty on the sidelines. I think he had a game where he scored 3 touchdowns and an interception. And she looked upset on the sidelines. People have been looking at their relationship with a magnifying glass since that moment, since all the Heisman talk.
Yeah.
And they've been getting a lot of flack. They both addressed all the criticism and hate just a couple days ago. What do you think about this? Because I find it weird, man. It's just like these people, blow up, so fast. You know, they're so young. He's in college, and then the people around them also get thrown into the spotlight. And now with the internet, you know, people just
see everything.
Yeah, people see everything. Everyone has an opinion, saying the most kind of wild shit about this very young couple.
Yeah,
they don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I want to, similar to what you're saying, I want to try to give them, both of them, but definitely her, like some grace. They're both young, trying to navigate this newfound fame. But I will say she's going to have to be a quick study. Because I'm serious. She's at that position where it's like, all right, you've got two major things that happened in like 2-3 weeks. Travis has been on the national spotlight all this year, pretty much all last year as well. This is not necessarily new for him. And she's been with him since, I think, 2019 or something. It's been a few years now. They've known each other.
But it's still a different level right now. Like,
For
he's getting
sure.
ready for the NFL. He got the Heisman. Like, I think he was hurt last year, so this year he was like fully healthy, right? So,
yeah, he got hurt like towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
But I hear you. But like I said, she's going to have to figure it out quickly. Because yes, they're engaged. Yes, they're in love. Yes, he's going to bat for her and protecting her and all this stuff. But things are very sensitive. She is in a transitional period. He is a player that is about to go from, okay, I'm the best player at this college in Colorado. Everybody knows me. Oh, now I've won the Heisman. Oh, now I'm about to get drafted. Oh, now I'm a top 5 pick. Like, all of these different steps are about to happen, and he needs a partner probably that is going to be there to support him and not draw negative attention. And I think she's going to have to understand that. Like, always act like the cameras are on.
Yeah, well,
Like,
she put the cameras on herself, and she told her side of the story.
She did. She did. Here's what she had to say. This is just a little clip.
Okay, I'm going to be addressing all.
She did talk for about 8-9
stuff,
minutes or so, though.
Online, because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. But what's a testimony without a test of faith? So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. But I'm going to tell you the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the.
Okay. So I listened to the clip of her giving explanations for pretty much everything that's happened publicly, not publicly, whatever, over the last however many months. She had a lot of excuses and reasons for stuff. But not a lot of I take responsibility, I take accountability, none of that.
Accountability for what? What did she do? Like what did she do that was so terrible? This is so stupid.
Listen, I don't think she did anything wrong per se, but I think that she
like
could have done things better.
You act like she punched his mom or something, or took his trophy away and threw it on the ground, or like kicked a kid. Like, who cares? This is so ridiculous that she even has to explain this stupid shit.
It's
for
ridiculous.
Grown people who like want to like just view anyone who has cameras on them and wants to put them under a microscope and be so critical. Like, who cares? Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes between any moment that people have.
This is true.
You know, to me, it's just like, okay, I thought it was funny, but when people started taking it serious, being like, oh, he shouldn't be with her, you know, she's in it for the money, and like that, then that's a crazy jump to make just from seeing someone look like they have an attitude on the sidelines. Like, I don't know, has anyone been in a relationship when you're like 20, 21 years old and done anything and gone anywhere? Like, shit happens. People are learning like how to, you know, maneuver together. And I've had stupid ass arguments and big moments with my exes when I was younger. It's just like, okay, luckily I wasn't super famous. So I think people are really kind of ridiculous and, being extra critical. I think people are haters. And when they see someone super successful, they see someone else around them, they kind of just want to, I don't know,
Hate on him.
hate on them. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's like a jealousy thing or just people just bored on the internet trying to wreak havoc. But when I see shit like this, I'm like, damn, I would hate to be famous, like especially as a young person. Like now I think I'd be okay. But being like in my early 20s and having to deal with stupid shit and everyone has an opinion on it, that's got to be tough. So it sucks that this man won the Heisman, and this is what a lot of people on the blogs and on the internet are talking about. It's kind of really silly.
I mean, I hear you, but I also think that, to a certain degree, she's got to understand this is what life is going to be now. Like, you got to learn how to navigate with this bullshit. People are going to always jump to conclusions, especially when her man is Travis Hunter. That, and again, everybody's going to hate on them for any number of reasons, whether it's how she acts, whether it's how she looks. Oh, he's not with a black girl. Oh, she's this, she's that. Like, there's always going to be something. I've read that she's actually really smart. She finished a 4-year degree in 2 years. Oh. Nobody said anything about that.
Like, now's your chance, man.
No, listen, I just said she's really smart. I just think she's really got to be better at understanding the people are always watching. That's all it is. Like, granted, something fucked up happened at the game where he had 3 touchdowns and an interception. She got on the field, and all anybody saw was that she was complaining and pointing up at the stands about some shit that happened. But then afterwards, she continued celebrating with him like she was supposed to do. But that's not the clip that circulated on the internet. At the Heisman stuff, they see everybody standing up, clapping, doing all this stuff, giving him hugs and everything like that. She's sitting down. Now, she had an explanation for that. I thought the explanation was bullshit and stupid, but fine. She had an explanation for it. For next time, stand your ass up, clap just like everybody else. But I just think people are going to nitpick on her. You gotta be aware of it. Either you want to be the chick that nobody remembers, like whoever the fuck Travis Kelce was with, or the chick that CeeDee Lamb had sitting there and she wanted to look at her phone and he snatched that shit back or whatever. Like, either you want to be that chick or you want to be Savannah James. You got to figure out how to maneuver to become who you want. That's it.
She's going to be who she is. She doesn't have to be anybody else. Like, it's so stupid.
You get the idea of what I'm conveying.
I know, but it's just dumb. It's just like, they're young. Who knows if they even stay together? I mean, I think they're young to be engaged personally, but hey, it's none of my freaking business. A lot of people in the South and Midwest, they get married earlier.
It also might be smarter to just get it done early. Takes away temptation. A lot of people do that.
It does not take away temptation.
I mean, to a certain degree.
How? Well, because it makes it more risky. The temptation's still there, but like that's not going away.
I think you move differently.
You move differently, but the temptation, it's going, especially being a professional athlete. Yeah. No, I'm married. No more temptation.
Hopefully he gets drafted somewhere where he's supported and protected and they have a great, happy life ahead of them. But this stuff...
Live your best life, Travis Hunter. Whatever happens,
Julian will be like, "Oh, y'all are too hard on this chick. He gonna cheat on her anyway."
I never said that. I'm just talking about. Of course, anyone. Are you serious? It's ridiculous. Yeah. Man, for real. Unless you're like fucking Doug Christie, who had his wife come on the road with him on the team, which is insane. Most professional athletes, I'm sure they have an understanding. I don't think it's anyone's business. I think people put these people on a pedestal, like talking about Savannah James. Like, we don't know their relationship. We don't know what goes on. And we've seen Savannah James like look angry at LeBron multiple times. We talked about that.
Definitely.
So it's just like people are human.
She waited 20 years for that shit, though.
No, it's just like we live in a different age now where everything's looked at on a microscope with social media. It sucks being famous now. Like, I would have much rather have been famous in the 80s or 90s when Michael Jordan was famous. You can do your dirt and no one knows.
Yeah. Today, everybody got a camera.
It's crazy, man. They're doing too much in the NBA, I feel like. But I will say, I see your Milwaukee Bucks jersey, and now that they are champions, I'd say it's official.
Game time, baby. Shout out to Giannis putting the team on his back, 30-point triple-double. Shout out to Dame doing his work over the last month or so. Listen, I'm excited about the squad. Okay. I really am. I think that over the last 10, 15 games, they've won vast majority, like 75, 80% of those games, and things are coming together. I do still have the same concerns about depth, about the fact that it's a long season, long playoffs.
What about Doc Rivers, man? You talk mad shit. You ready to apologize to him now that the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA Cup champions?
I will double and triple down. He didn't do jack shit. The players did all the work. But
wait. You were so hard on Doc Rivers, but ever since you called him out, he's actually coached the team to a winning record over the last month and a half. They went undefeated in the NBA Cup.
They are positive now. They're like the 5th, 6th seed in the East or something like that. They look much improved. But again, we're like a third of the way through the season.
Oh, so no apologies to Doc yet. Well, if they win the finals, will you apologize to them?
If they win the finals, absolutely. But I hope they win the finals. But the chances of that, I will tell you once we get to the playoffs and I know what the seeding looks like.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Seeing Dame with that trophy, I feel like he felt like he won the finals, man. I was so happy for him to see him as a winner. It was nice. See him with a golden trophy.
It was nice. It was nice. I don't think, though. I don't think so. I know the team, they didn't do any like champagne popping or anything like that after winning the NBA Cup. They were like, nah,
we saw the Lakers last year.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
No, literally. Because Darvin Ham's on the team now, so he told him, it was like, don't do that shit.
Not again. I'm going to get fired again. Thinking about him being on the Bucks coaching staff, it kind of makes the moment a little bit less because it's just like that, less significant because he was the coach of the Lakers and then he got fired afterwards.
Well, I mean, I think we all know that NBA Cup doesn't mean anything. Like, this is okay. You won the tournament that's in the first 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season. Congrats. Like, the season is 20 weeks long.
Yeah. Does Dame get a ring? Does he get a ring for the NBA Cup?
They don't get rings.
I mean, he can make his own. He's got money.
Stupid. No. No.
Shout out to the Bucks. It was nice to see them win.
They won in convincing fashion too, though. I mean, it's not like they beat any scrubs. They played the
top team in the West.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thunder are good,
and Hardenstein's looking real good.
Yeah. But I will say, it helped that the Thunder could not like buy a 3 at all. Like, I think they made 3 in the whole game.
Yeah.
They couldn't shoot threes for shit.
That's the league, man. Live and die by the 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the Bucks looking a lot better. Mm-hmm. NBA trying to shake shit up. I mean, they called it the in-season tournament. Now it's the NBA Cup. I think it is a better name.
Yeah. I agree.
I think the in-season tournament confused people a lot, especially with the play-in tournament. But now they're trying to turn the All-Star game into a tournament, man. What the fuck is going on with your boy Adam Silver, bro?
Dude, they are trying any and everything to bring some sort of respect back to this game because the ratings are in the dumpster. Nobody's watching. I think I've watched a little under 10 games this year. Now, granted, half of the games the Bucks have been dog shit, so I only started watching really over the last month. But it's I don't know. It's kind of boring. Like, there's no post game anymore. It's all just like threes, drive, kick, layups, dunks every once in a while. Like, I feel like I don't know. Just the matchups are not like exciting now.
It's early in the season.
True.
I think people are being real reactionary. Like, and I don't know. I feel like it's like an internet thing. I think this year now we have the NFL, trying to take a lot more of the landscape and real estate for people's eyes. They're going to be on Christmas Day. They're starting Saturday games up this Saturday. And now we got college football playoffs extending college football all the way up to Martin Luther King Day. Like,
They've got like what 12 teams,
Yeah.
or something in the
college.
college. Yeah.
So it's like a whole thing. Like, college football used to end on, the first of the year. Now it's Martin Luther King Day. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more, attention sharing. And I feel like the NBA Cup is the NBA's attempt to try to get ahead of that. But, people don't care about the NBA usually until Christmas or until the All-Star break.
This is true.
So I'm not worried about that. And I think the NBA is playing a different game. I don't think they're trying to play for the TV ratings as much as like the social media and international appeal. So I think they're playing different games. But I gotta say, like, this new All-Star format, like, I don't fuck with this shit, man. And Kevin Durant doesn't either, man. He says, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Terrible. All-Star game formats changing. All the formats are terrible, in my opinion. We should just go back to East versus West and just play a game. I think we've been trying to bring that flair back somehow with All-Star Weekend, but I think we just keep it traditional. I agree with KD 100%. That's all I want to see is East versus West and maybe something to play for.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to see what this new format looks like. I think it could be competitive. I really do. I'm really hoping that it's competitive. I did not see the prize money. I did not see the announcement about what the prize money looks like for players and things. So that will be a determining factor. But you figure 3 teams of 8 based on 24 players that all are, from voted into the All-Star ranks and things like that. And then the 4th team is going to be the rising stars, whoever wins that.
Okay.
So it's like freshman, rookie players or like sophomores, that sort of thing. I think it could be entertaining. But if it's not, then we'll see them go back to the old format next year.
Yeah, and who gets to play against the fucking little rookies? Like, that's not fair. Like, one team gets to play against the rookie team and the other teams have to play each other. Like, I don't even understand how that's going to work. And who's going to pay attention to this and be invested in any of the teams if you're splitting them up into 3? Like, to me, it's just too complicated. I don't like it. Let it be East and West. Who cares? Like, why does it have to be like a giant thing? I don't care about this, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's tough for the NBA because the break is like in the middle of the season. So they want it to have value. It's not like, with Pro Bowl, it's in between end of season and then, the Super Bowl is right after anyway. So that's where we'll get, the real return on the investment. So I don't know.
Let us know, guys. Are you guys excited about the NBA All-Star format tournament? I don't think it's gonna work out. I mean, especially they keep changing every other year. It's hard to even get excited for it because you don't even know what to expect.
Well, I also feel like as I think about the All-Star break, I haven't been that excited about it in a while.
Yeah,
like it's been a few years. The dunk contest is just usually we haven't seen a new dunk in so long.
Yeah.
And nobody that is like a big name does the dunk contest really anymore. Skills challenges, nobody cares. 3-point contest has been kind of the draw, really.
Yeah.
But then this past year when they did Curry versus Ionescu, it was like, we know Curry's going to win.
We didn't know. It was close, though.
It was close. It was way closer than anybody thought it would be.
Caitlin Clark in there this year versus Dame. That'd be dope. And she going to beat Dame.
Yeah, but you love talking some shit about Dame.
Why? I just congratulated him. What are you talking about?
It was sarcasm. It was like a backhanded compliment.
You got his
he's
jersey
going to make a ring now.
I mean, he might. He looked really happy. I was happy for him.
Who wouldn't be happy?
Yeah, $500K. I'd be real happy, especially going through a divorce. Does she get half of that too? I don't know.
No way.
She might. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. We've covered a lot of great stories, a lot of dark stories, court cases, politics, dating trends, crazy stuff in 2024. And you've been here with us the whole time. we're very close to getting 1 million views on YouTube. So can't wait to reach that milestone. So when we return in 2025, we'll definitely be celebrating that. But not too soon to celebrate some of our biggest moments of the year. What stood out for you, bro? Like,
there were a lot. I think so many things happened. We talked about a lot, obviously, but I feel like the biggest one had to be the rap beef. It really had to be. It started in the late spring, and then we just did not stop talking about it yet.
Yeah.
Really. It's just had so much of like a aftershock effect, and just huge impact on the industry, on the way that we view these artists, everything. It's been really impressive. And then you got Kendrick dropping another album and stuff. I think the rap beef is the biggest one for me.
Yeah,
what about you?
Drake versus Kendrick. I feel like for me, it started off this year with Mos Def's comments about Drake being a pop artist.
Don't forget Cat Williams.
We had that conversation, and it was just like, okay, how will the culture view Drake if we really got put to the test? Then we look at him a bit different now. A lot of people look at him different now. I think Drake versus Kendrick was definitely my favorite topic of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Also Diddy. Diddy's case obviously is terrible, but them raiding his house and finding those 1,000 bottles of baby oil and all the other insane details, it's been crazy. Yeah. It's been crazy. And I feel like, us talking about Diddy's lawsuit last year and just seeing him get locked up this year, that was another crazy story. Like, in both of these things, like, we're still getting updates every week on them. Mm-hmm. So it's nuts, man. It's been a crazy year for hip hop.
I mean, especially for the fact that at the start of the year, both of those things kind of got telegraphed. Like, whether it's Mos Def, whether it's Cat Williams on Shannon's show, like the fact that these individuals came up in January, and then here we are in December, and it's like, look at what happened.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about you, Troy? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys already said it, so I'm going to echo what you said about the rap beef. Like, I feel like, texting each other like midnight, being like, oh my God, he dropped again and stuff like that, being on Twitter and everything. Like, that was such an incredible moment. So I know you guys spoke about that. So I'm going to say my runner-up, and, I'm biased, was this New York Mets season. The ups and downs, started off, starting as like one of the worst teams in baseball to making it to the top 4. Mm-hmm. It was just like something very special. And, again, similar to how I felt about the Kendrick, I was just like so passionate about the new music, so passionate about this team just persevering through all the ups and downs, playing while they're hurt and stuff, and just seeing all like the passion the team had. It was something special. So that was another one of my highlights.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I know Time has their person of the year. And last year, my person of the year was Jada Pinkett Smith. But
oh boy,
this year I thought it'd be better if we had like our worst and best person of the year. I think we all probably have the best person of the year, the same one, man. Kendrick Lamar, bro. Like I gotta give K Dot his flowers, man.
This
Kendrick,
is true.
Just the way he executed the entire beef, from dropping like that.
Literally executed.
For real, just to listen back to Euphoria, the way he laid it all out, it just sounds so beautiful today. And, he just kept dropping music. He didn't make any Instagram stories. He didn't play any internet games. He was just talking through his music. And we saw Drake spiral. And, we saw Kendrick kind of really claim his throne on the top of rap, especially, getting the spot at the Superbowl for 2025 and dropping an album a few weeks ago, GNX. I think this is the year of Kendrick.
It really was. Shout out to Kendrick. What a year. And he's really about to take over 2025 too. It's impressive. It really is. For me, I definitely agree with Kendrick. My second person, though, I gotta say, it has to do with my Eagles, man. It really does. So, we started this year, and it was tough. We got killed by the Tampa Bay fucking Buccaneers again in the playoffs, and there were a lot of questions about this team. Is Sirianni going to get fired? What's going to happen? We completely gutted the coaching staff. Just a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, we heard your rant last year.
Yeah, I was hurt, man. I was really hurt. But in the offseason, we made some moves. We make some moves. Now, not only did we pick up Saquon, who is possibly going to be MVP and possibly break the single season rushing record, well exceeding my expectations. But Howie Roseman did it fucking again, man. He locked down Jalen Hurts. He locked down A.J. Brown with an extension. Devontae Smith shored up our defense, which was completely trash last year. Got us 2 great rookies who are just both possibly going to be going to the Pro Bowl. Like, I can't speak highly enough about this team. This year we've been through some downs initially to start the season, and now we've been on a 10 game win streak. Fuck what they talking about.
Fucking play
Eagles,
him
baby.
Off. Jesus Christ. This is a fucking Oscar speech. Right
Yes,
now.
that's right. That's right.
Oh my God. Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody cares about Howie.
Everybody in the NFL that's an NFL fan knows the name Howie Roseman.
Listen, when have we ever talked about him this year? Like, what the fuck are you doing at home? Anyway.
I did a couple times.
Anyway. Troy, who you got, man? I know you also put Kendrick too.
Yeah, outside of Kendrick, I'm gonna say the runner-up would be Childish Gambino. He dropped a great show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
He did.
Dropped an album, went on an amazing tour. So I guess he's my probably runner-up of a person of the year so far, at least in the music industry. I think he's injured or something, so he's recovering. So hopefully he gets well soon. He can finish that tour. But yeah, I think he had a pretty big year, so that's my guy.
That's a good point. I forgot about the show.
Yeah,
it was
a
solid
great show.
Yeah.
So I got the shirt. Shout out to Gambino. But I also want to shout out Aaron Bushnell, the guy who the protester who set himself on fire in front of the Israel embassy back in February. Man,
I was like, who the fuck is Aaron Bushnell?
For real, man. The 25-year-old. He used to be in the Air Force. Man, he died. Saying free Palestine. That was unforgettable. I think for him to make that sacrifice, I didn't want to forget it. Like, I didn't want to forget his name. I thought that was really kind of commendable with all the crazy shit that's going on. So I wanted to shout out Aaron Bushnell for doing that shit, because that was some baller shit. That was crazy. Like, that's a way to go out. Like, really. He really meant that shit.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. And then worst person of the year, man, got to go with Diddy. And honestly, the main reason I split it off from best and worst person of the year, because I couldn't give Diddy person of the year. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, that would have been terrible. But we talked about him so much. Like, so many terrible things, man.
All year long.
And next year it's going to be more with his trial coming up.
Unbelievable. I mean, the fact that we started off this year, early in the year, talking about, oh, wow, he's got this whole lawsuit he's going to settle the day after it comes out. And then next thing you know, the feds.
Yeah.
And as soon as the feds came, we were all like, well, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
And
baby oil.
Yeah. And baby oil.
Oh, my God, yeah. Honestly, the downfall of Diddy is historical. Like, huge. He was really on top.
Huge. Well, pause.
our whole lives, he's been rich and famous. He's shook hands with every famous politician.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. For 30 years. I mean, he got the key to the city last year.
He did. Eric Adams, another worst person.
Yeah. Eric Adams right there with him.
Oh, my God. We had a lot of terrible people in 2024, but Diddy, my top one, probably the top one of No Chill Live too, as much as we talked about him. Yeah. I don't know, man. You got some other people.
Yeah, Diddy was my number one as well for worst of the year. But my second one is Biden.
Damn, he lost.
My
and he's the
second one is
worst.
Biden.
Oh,
yeah.
he didn't even lose. He didn't even get to that point.
I think that and we talked about this. It could have been. I was thinking about just putting the Democratic Party as a whole, but really, as the president, it starts and ends with Biden, and he's the reason that there was this big red wave. The reason that there was no alternatives ready. The reason that he wanted to continue running for president even though he wasn't able. The reason that Kamala only had 3 months to really try to do anything, all this goes to Biden. So shout out to Joe Biden being the worst of the fucking year.
God damn, man.
Yeah.
Smoke for Biden. He's only got a few weeks left of his term. He's old as shit. I don't know.
You saw he commuted a lot of sentences. I think they said something like the most ever sentence commutions, and it was like 1,200 people or something.
He had to do it. He said he wasn't gonna commute his son. He did end up doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Which I would do the same thing.
You and me both. You can't have your son in jail or about to get charged and sentenced and stuff right when your biggest opponent is about to become president. That's not a good idea.
I mean, it's fine when your opponent is charged and convicted of federal crimes. It's who cares? So I don't know, man. But Diddy, Biden. Who else, Troy? Who else is the worst of 2024?
So I put the Democratic Party, but since you already talked about Biden, I'm going to go to my runner-up, Drake and the OVHOs.
Oh,
yeah.
OVHO, OVHO, OVHO.
They had a rough year, between OVO Mall and everybody. It's all these people just caping for Drake, not being able to understand what Kendrick did, and just some people not even be able to still admit that Drake lost this beef and stuff. So I think they took a big L this year. They're the biggest losers. They're the worst people.
Yeah.
Mall was bad.
Yeah.
He was crashing out.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Very entertaining, but that delusion, something else.
I've never seen anybody ride so hard. Pause.
Ride dick so hard.
Yeah, it's
I watched a lot of porn. I've never seen someone ride so hard.
Listen. It's a shame.
I've been to a lot of rodeos.
Shout out to
crazy.
Vegas.
At least he's at least he made it entertaining for once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least he was engaging. Drake Kendrick beef brought out a lot of opinions, a lot of emotions. We got some clips from our year of us talking about it, right?
We definitely do. So here's me ranting a little bit.
That was the lamest, goofiest shit, and I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And
Okay, I'm done.
Wait, you got to get to the part where he says, "Do y'all love Kendrick Lamar?"
I don't want to hear that shit.
Did he let you down?
It was one of the
so
most
sad
disgusting
when you said
things
he
I've
let
heard.
you down.
Honestly,
What? For real?
it really was. I'm serious. I was so disgusted and disappointed and mad.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my view on Cole after his apology.
Yeah.
But I think we have Drake's clips of part of his response.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we do.
Drake, he didn't just take this Juneteenth concert. He put out a freestyle. I gotta play it.
This my Juneteenth flow, I'm freeing this one. New whip, a white tee, and a black bitch. I hate y'all. I'm blacking on y'all like Trudeau. I don't like teenage girls. Juno. Cut the malarkey darky. You can never end me because you can never start me. I made house music because I be in the house nigga, but also the field nigga. You a shortstop because you a field nigga. I'm light skinned but still
not
a
with the
field
hard
nigga.
ER.
Like a
Oh my god.
Dude, that AI rap that was going on in the middle of the year, that shit was kind of crazy.
Which one? I don't even remember.
Just in general, there were a couple. There was this one with Drake. There was a few that came out, and plus they were swapping everybody's voice on this stuff.
Oh, that wasn't AI. That was just someone doing an impression. But they did have fake tracks at one point.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, is that a real Kendrick track? Is that?"
Yeah.
And then Drake used AI. When he did Tupac. And Snoop on Taylor Made. Man, so much happened this year. Let us know, guys. Who's your worst person of 2024? Who's your best person of 2024? Is it Kendrick? Is Diddy the worst of 2024? I don't know. That's who I would pick for sure. But Kendrick Lamar, I'm so happy that he was able to really put out a lot of great music and also destroy Drake as a rapper.
Dude, the chick having sex with 600 people in a year, though, she's one of my worst of 2024 as well.
Oh, for any night, she was actually one of my best. What the
really?
hell? For sure, that was one of my favorite topics of the year.
Not mine. It's so gross. It's disgusting.
Shout out to Any Night, Australia's finest. 600 bodies in a year. That was a great topic because we talked about her last year, and she wanted to double her numbers. 300 wasn't enough. She wanted 600.
I'm sure in January we're gonna find an update on New York Post.
No, we have an update, man. She actually reached her goal.
Congrats.
Early with time to spare, so she's gonna run it up, man. She gonna break the record like Saquon.
Oh boy, so nasty.
Oh my god,
I've been a nasty girl, nasty.
Oh yeah, but she did reach her goal, which is great. She had sex with people not just in Australia but all around the world, and she did name the top cities where she had the best sex. And do you know which one made the top of her list?
Yeah, she said that. She said Houston.
Yeah,
which I'm kind of surprised by.
Yeah, you were in Houston this year.
I was. Houston is cool, but it's not I don't know. There's something different about those southern cities where it's just like if you're from the Northeast, where you've got New York, you can go to anytime, Philly, Boston, DC, like. You go to a southern city and it's like downtown is dead.
Yeah.
And it's more like not downtown, but the outskirts of the city that have like popping shit going on. And it's definitely an adjustment you have to get used to. They also just like party different. Like they love going to the bars and shit like that. But their bars are like way spread out. They have outdoor activities at the bars.
She was also spread out all over Houston because that's where she had the most fun, man. Oh man, she said that Houston, they're a lot more willing to be forward with you. Wait, is that Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said they're a lot more willing to be forward with you and less selfish in the bedroom, as opposed to Australians who could be a little bit more selfish and don't necessarily know what they're doing sometimes. I'm surprised to hear this feedback from someone who has sex with 600 people in a year, because you would think like when you have sex with that many people, you can't be like
picky,
not picky, but like that aware of other people and their feelings. You know what I mean? Your performance, I feel like that's just a numbers thing. I feel like you can't really get to know someone's body, have like great experiences, but she finds a way. I mean, I feel like 600 in a year, I'd be totally desensitized.
It's nasty.
Like, how do you know what's good after the 400th time?
It's like you go out to eat 600 times in a year. How do you know what food you're eating is good?
I'm dead serious, for real. Like, at a certain
I disagree
point.
with that about food, at least.
Of course, but yeah,
I feel like with sex, like it's. I feel like you can tell when like you're about to have a good sex session versus like, we're having sex, but this isn't about to hit right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't know. She did say New Yorkers are hot and fashionable, and she likes that the guys know how to dress. She also said that LA surprisingly wasn't what she thought it was going to be. She was disappointed in LA. Yeah,
not surprising.
She said they're too reserved. They won't say anything. They won't compliment you. They won't say anything nice to you. She did not really enjoy it that much. But she did say that the best lovers in the world are from Italia. That's right. Italians are so passionate. It's all about pleasuring the woman, and they want to make you feel they want to make you finish first. And I just feel like they're a lot more passionate and a lot more forward in their approach. They're not afraid to tell you how beautiful you are and that they want you.
Wow. She likes the horny guys, the forward guys. She don't like the nonchalant, chill dudes.
Yeah, no.
But
She likes flattery.
I mean, she needs something. But yeah, man. So she has the top cities of Houston, New York. She preferred out in the U.S. But she said overall, internationally, you know, she fucks with Italian dudes. She's only 26 years old. She reached her goal of 600 bodies. What do you think she does next year? Do you think she ups it in 2025?
I mean, based on where she's been going, she should be aiming for 1,000 next year.
Yeah.
But I hope not. I hope she finds happiness somewhere else.
Why? I hope she does. Any night, please. You could do more. Like, you got girls.
You could do more.
She could. I want to keep talking about her. If you want us to keep talking about you in 2025, you get the numbers up. I'm talking 6,000.
6,000. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy. That might really cause some real problems. But I'm only saying
might.
I'm only saying that because we have another porn star who's looking to push. She's looking up the ante, man. She's saying she could do 1,000 bodies in 24 hours, man.
Disgusting. So nasty. This woman's name is Lily Phillips.
Yeah, she's British.
Yeah, she is British, and she began taking applications for the record-breaking event of the year, and it's going to happen in January, right at the start of 2025.
Wow.
Yeah. The current record holder is Lisa Sparks, who has had sex with 919 men in one day, and that happened in 2004, so 20 years ago. And at the time, Sparks said that she had she had a blast, but she was in pain for a week after she did that. Now, Phillips, she is 23 years old, and she's been in training for several months in order to be physically up to the challenge. So, what do y'all think about this?
She's been training. Yeah, she said she's been, she had sex with 101 men in a day, and she's targeting 300 coming up soon. She's saying she says bonking 101 guys in 14 hours is so much harder than a 9 to 5, which I don't think anyone would argue that. I don't think that's surprising to anybody. Like, I don't think anyone looks at that or thinks, oh, that would be easy. I think, that shit sounds hard as shit. That sounds like it's not a lot of fun. But yeah, she's looking to do 10 times that, which that's insane. Someone did the math and they said if she has sex with 1,000 guys in 24 hours, every man will get 41 seconds of sex with her. And they actually have like a whole layout plan for this. The plan is to get a room with 2 doors. The logistics of this is insane. The guys who want to take part have to send a photo of themselves holding their ID, and their PA pretty much has to organize them into hour time slots. She said, I'm just hoping for a conveyor belt. They just need to walk in the room and then leave. So she wants to be a conveyor belt all day. So it's just like, how?
I don't think this should count. I don't.
Count as what?
I don't think it should count as sex.
What is it then? What do you mean?
This is literally like a guy sticking himself inside her and then getting like three good pumps out and then on to the next. I don't think that counts as sex.
It definitely does count as sex, 100%, man. She's putting 1,000 dicks in her in a day.
It's gross. All this is nasty.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the clip of her speaking about
and she's got plenty of clips online, I'm sure.
Having sex with with 100 men. Let me see it. I think I got it. Well, after this.
I just don't understand. What brings you to want to do this? What kind of pain and suffering have you been through?
Yeah, I can't imagine she likes herself very much.
I was feeling so robotic. by I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like,
oh yes, she's breaking down in tears. Damn, is that it? Is that the only part she's talking?
I don't regret doing it. I think.
Oh, this is the other shit. Yeah, so she was crying about doing it with 100 guys. So what makes her think doing it with 1,000 is going to be a good idea?
But the thing is, so the clip I saw, she was crying about having sex with 100 guys, not because of the fact that it was 100 guys. She cried because she was like, oh, I had to like stop with some guys because they were like going over time, and there's a set time limit so we can reach the number we need to in a day. And some of the guys were really disappointed, and she was upset about the fact that there were guys that were disappointed.
Yeah. She said, sometimes I feel so robotic, you know. She said, I think by the 30th one,
this is
yeah,
gross.
that's pretty much what she said. Like,
again, I don't even like talking about this shit. It's nasty to me.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, that's how I felt about murder. Oh man, 1,000 in a day, 600 in a year. People are doing wilder and wilder shit. I think, you know, this girl, we're definitely going to talk about her more than any night, because she's up in the ante. 100 in a day, 1,000 in a day. Let's see.
I just don't understand. Like, what is the? Okay, you break the record. So what? Like, what is the point? No one heard of this chick, whoever Sparks, before we just read her name out. Like, nobody knew about this chick. It's not like you're going to become this famous star now because you had sex with 1,000 dudes and broke some world record.
Well, that was before OnlyFans. Now this girl's an OnlyFans star. She has a following. She made news for having sex with 100 people, so now she's trying to up the ante and do 1,000, which doesn't sound healthy at all to me. They're saying there could be some real, like, you know, health complications from this.
In the clip I saw too, she was like, yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that I could get like HIV from this.
Yeah, that's
what?
That's terrible.
I watched a documentary on this.
You did?
Because I think it came out like a week or two ago, and I saw it like trending on Twitter. And you know, on Twitter, everyone's like posting these clips, and I was like, you know what, I gotta actually watch this. It's only like 45 minutes long. And yeah, they were talking about how, like, you know, people are taking the STI tests, but like, you know, they I think you had like a 2-week window, but like if you catch something outside that window, you know, you can do, like, I don't think they're using protection. Like, it was pretty skeevy, but she did have a pretty big following, like, already on OnlyFans. She's one of the top creators, so I think this is just gonna boost her numbers even more and more. And she's making a lot of money, and she's probably gonna make a lot more
documentaries on
but
her.
What? I just don't get it, because it's like, all right, so you have two sides of the OnlyFans spectrum. You have the chick Sophie Rain, who says she's a virgin, doesn't do anything with anybody on her OnlyFans, just gets a little naked, and she made $40 million in a year. And then you have this chick who's the complete opposite. And she's like, yeah, I'm making a lot of money, millions of dollars, and I'm going to have sex with 1,000 guys in a day. Like, where do we get those two things on this platform?
Bro,
it's absolutely insane.
It's porn.
And remember, OnlyFans was going to stop pornography on their platform. Remember?
Yeah, they're like, we're not losing that on this money.
They were like, oh, never mind.
Of course not. They can't. Come on, that's the only reason people go there.
I want to know how much money OnlyFans makes.
A lot.
If one person, one creator on their platform can get $40 million.
Yeah.
Like, what percentage of that, or how much more did OnlyFans get?
Like 30% or something.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But she's saying, you know, she's like a boxer. She's like, I've done 100 of one, and I'm doing 300 in a few weeks. It's like a boxing match. She said, I think I'll get more sore towards the end, but I think I've got the right determination just to be able to push on. So she's looking at it like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Like, she's like, I just gotta push through, go through the punches. That sounds awful. That does not sound sexy at all. But hey, some people must be into this. What do you think about the guys who are signing up for this? Like, you think, do they get a T-shirt or something? Like, do they get paid for this? Like, what's the incentive? And where do you find 1,000 normal guys who would do this? This is a lot.
Normal guy. None of the guys that are signing up to do this are normal. Not a single one.
How many of them are married?
50%.
70%. This is a setup.
This is disgusting. I just don't. I don't know, man. I
gotta watch the documentary. Let us know, guys. Do you think that she's gonna do it 1,000 bodies in one day? She said she's gonna be like a conveyor belt. We'll see. We'll see, and then next year we'll talk about it. But yeah,
I just listen. I wish her health through this and happiness. I hope she finds what she's looking for, because I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand either. But people have different types of lifestyles, and I know last week we talked about Thanksgiving, and you asked Troy like how he splits his time between him and his fiance's families. Well, what if you were a throuple? Like, wouldn't it be real hard to split time between 3 families during the holidays?
Oh my gosh.
Man, this Northern Colorado throuple, man, they went viral for their unusual arrangement. You know, that they're trying to avoid awkward Christmas dinners with their families. So they face this challenge. You know, there's 3 of them. There's 2 women, 2 guys. So Alana, who's 27, was dating Kevin, 33. They were dating for 5 years, and they decided to tap for a 3rd musketeer so they can explore Alana's bi-curiosity. And they joined a threesome dating app, which I've never heard of, called 3Fun. You ever hear of that?
No.
No? Me either. 3Fun. But they found their girl Megan, who's 37, to join their team. So while they, you know, they share a king-size bed too. And
I feel like you have to. You have to have a king-size bed. This chick Megan, she looked older than 37 though.
Yeah, she's definitely, I guess, the lead. I mean, if I was to bring in a 3rd, she definitely wouldn't be older than both of us. Like, I would want her to be younger, you know, but maybe they need a mom figure.
I don't know. But they said they regularly experience this picture of them laying on top of each other. I wish I could show it to y'all. It's so fucking weird. But they said that they regularly experience misunderstandings and awkward moments from those less familiar with their relationship. It's definitely all eyes on us whenever we attend a festive event together, said Alana. Whether people already know about a relationship or just meeting us for the first time, you can often feel the tension in the room. Fortunately, they've figured out a way to avoid Christmas stress, and they do their visits with their family digitally. Now, since they live in another state, they don't spend holidays with their families in person. They do video calls, and then they send gifts and things like that, and they plan other visits different times of the year.
Wow. Creative. I mean, I wonder on these video calls if they all 3 of them are on them, or if they kind of split off a little bit. I feel like they'd be splitting off.
Yeah, I think it's probably just Alana, the old chick, that gets left out. It's like, you can go somewhere, go watch a movie while we call our family.
That's our housekeeper, actually.
She just lives in the guest room.
But you guys have a studio apartment. Yeah. I think this was a good solution to a weird problem. I can imagine, you know, once they brought in a 3rd, it just complicated things, you know, outside their household. But do you think this is a common problem for polyamorous couples? You know, like having to split time between multiple families has to be hard.
I mean, I would assume so, especially if you're hiding it. Like if you're open with it and what you're doing with your family, then I feel like it should be no problem if your family is loving, accepting, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not surprised that it's something that create some issues.
Yeah.
If your throuple is closeted still.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they have some issues internally. You know, they got to figure out who is the middle spoon. They said they have the mac and cheese method, which is MAK, Megan, Alana, and Kevin. So they switch off every night.
That's funny.
That's crazy. Things normal couples don't have to think about. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think, you think it's easier just to do virtual Christmas meetups when you're in a throuple? I think that makes sense. Would you ever be in a throuple? I've thought about this, plenty of times. But I don't think I could actually do it. This just sounds way too complicated. And yeah, I can't imagine doing it. Just have a side chick. Like, I'd much rather have a side chick or a side family if I want to have an outside partner. But even that is stressful. We talked about doing gifts for side chicks in the past, and it's just a lot. I'd rather just be single or in a committed, faithful, monogamous relationship.
Yeah. It's hard enough dealing with one woman, man. Having two?
Yeah.
And then you got to stop them from like beefing with each other sometimes.
Or they'll tag team you, and then you lose all the power.
Hey.
Pause. Oh man. But yeah, it's hard to be single on the holidays. The holidays are a tough time for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
This one woman in Brazil, man, she got banned from her friend's Christmas dinner because they say she's too hot. But she's saying they're blaming the wrong person. Now, we talked about another Brazilian friend group who banned, one of the bridesmaids from a wedding because she was too hot.
Yeah.
Now we're hearing it about a Christmas dinner in Brazil. Do you think that this is just like common to Brazilians? Because I haven't heard this problem in any other country.
I think these chicks be hoes. And that's why they're getting banned from weddings, from friend groups, from whatever it is. Like, I think they are hoes. The friends know, and they're like, no, I don't want you around my man, or I don't want you around my other friends. I think that's what it is.
That's not what they say, though. She's saying, she says, I've been banned from Christmas dinner because the women think I'll steal their man. Her name is, what's her name? I don't see this. But
this chick won Miss Bum Bum before.
Oh.
Her name is Marina Smith.
Marina Smith. She won Miss Bum Bum, so she is certified. I mean, come on, that's real.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe not, but still.
She's saying they're worried I might tempt their husbands and boyfriends. She says, yes, I'm a beautiful woman. But that's not the reason. That's not a reason for anyone to leave me out. The boyfriend of one of my friends told me that a WhatsApp group had been created and I wasn't in it. He said that in the group chat, my friends were discussing their concerns about my presence at dinner. And she says, being single already limits my outings and trips with friends because they go out with their partners now. But now me being single and beautiful is now an insecurity for them. I dress to feel good. The problem isn't with me. It's with the men who think I am too beautiful to be real. I've never made advances towards their partners. I am a respectful woman, especially towards their relationship. I think it was just jealousy on their part. I hope they don't change their minds and invite me because the answer is no. I intend to confront them and tell them a few truths. So I would love to see that. She said, I used to trust my friends blindly, but apparently they didn't trust me. It's a shame because they're going to lose the best friend they could have had.
No. I don't buy this shit for 1 second.
Why not? I do. I believe her. I think they're just hating on her. Yeah.
If they're actually her friends, I don't think they're basing all of this off of just what she looks like, because she's probably looked beautiful for a number of years now.
Miss Bum Bum.
Throughout their friendship. Like, I don't think this has to do with, oh, you're beautiful, I'm in a relationship right now, so I can't have you around my man. I think it's that when her friends were single, they was out there doing hoe shit, and now they know that she's going to be on some hoe shit, and they don't want her around their man.
Well, she said she was in a relationship before. Now she's single. And
All
it's
right,
hard
she
for her.
might have been on whole shit when she was in a relationship.
I mean, I don't know. I don't believe that, honestly.
I just find all this hard to believe that it's solely based on her looks and not anything to do with her actions.
Well, this is her point of view. I believe her. I believe her. If we're not sure the dynamic of their friendship, right? But they left her out of a group chat, and let's think. One of her friend's boyfriends was the one who actually gave her the information. It wasn't even one of the women. So it's just like clearly she seems to be closer, maybe to the men in the group. So maybe that's why the women are conspiring against her.
Wonder why she's closer to the men in the group.
Maybe because they're nice to her. Maybe because they're not jealous of her the way that the women in the group are.
Of course. That makes sense.
Listen, you know a lot of like there's certain women out there who are very beautiful, and it's hard for them to have a lot of close girlfriends. So they'll be closer to guys, and you and I both know a lot of those guys stay close to those girls because they secretly hope for a chance with them one day. But it doesn't mean that they're doing anything with those guys. A lot of times, those that's just who will put up with their shit.
True. This is true.
So I could see her being maybe difficult to deal with and just not that much fun. But I don't think she's like hitting on the guys. I think that's just her life.
To be honest, I think my opinion also leans into the fact that I don't think she's that attractive. So maybe that's why I think it has a lot to do with her actions too. But I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you think if someone's too attractive, you don't invite them to Christmas dinner? I think those people are naughty and they deserve coal. She deserves a nice stocking stuffer.
Have you ever like been interested in somebody as a friend and then because of how they looked decided like, nah, I'm gonna pass?
What?
Like, have you ever like felt like somebody is a certain way, but you kind of wanted to be friends with them, but then because of how they looked or how you think that they probably act based on how they looked, have you avoided them?
No. I don't even know. I don't even understand that question. Oh, that someone's
Basically,
too good
I'm
looking
saying
for
like
me to be their friend?
No, have you like judged somebody based on how they looked and decided like, yeah, I'm not going to approach them or I'm not going to interact with them because of how they look?
I'm of course. Like, I mean, that's just in general, though. I mean,
I feel like it's more likely for that to happen if you don't have a relationship with somebody than if you do, though. Like if they're like she's calling these people friends, so clearly she must have had some sort of relationship with them.
Yeah.
But now they're like judging her based on her looks and stuff after. I feel like that's weird.
Well, they're cutting her out of the dinner. That's the thing. So she's speculating it's because of the way she looks. I mean, she's going by the WhatsApp group and what they were saying. So just like the bridesmaid got the WhatsApp message from the bride saying that she would be a distraction. So this is their story. I think it's messed up. I think people should spread the Christmas cheer. Yeah. Like if you're gonna have, if you're gonna be friends with someone, don't exclude them because they're too hot. And yeah, if you're worried about your significant other doing something with somebody, like
that's a bigger problem.
Yeah, it's a bigger problem. But hopefully I'm sure she won't have a problem finding some Christmas company.
Somebody going to give her some Christmas tree.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
I will say I want updates on some of these friend shits.
Yeah.
Like the ones where it's like, oh, my friends have uninvited me from a wedding, or I'm not going to Christmas dinner, or I cheated on my friend with their man or whatever. Like I want updates on that shit.
Yeah. Another one of my favorite stories was that the wife who cheated on her husband on the girls' trip. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
It's a sad one, but we had a lot of good ones this year.
My other favorite one was the one about the wife who wanted to get a last hurrah with her ex when she was on her deathbed.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one. Always
Always a classic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, there's another article about a woman who wanted to. She told her fiance that she wanted to have a hall pass before they got married. So he was upset, man. An engaged man is saying he's feeling blindsided after his fiance asked for a hall pass to have sex with other men before they tie the knot next month. 1 month away. So he went to Reddit, of course, and the 28-year-old man admitted he's unsure whether he should call off the wedding in the wake of the bride-to-be's proposal. It seemed like everything was great and mutual. The stupid idea of hers completely blindsided me. I could tell that she had been thinking about it for some time and just waiting for the perfect moment to bring it up. Adding insult to injury, the fiance claims her adulterous idea is a healthy way to go into wedlock. She also claimed that it would help get everything out of our systems. In the 4 years we've been together, I never thought about being with someone else, but it just sucks to know she doesn't feel the same way. I'm not sure if she has a guy in mind or just wants to one-night stand it. After expressing his disdain, the bride-to-be tried walking back the idea. However, the damage was already done, and he gave her the cold shoulder. Now bogged down by feelings of betrayal, the engaged man is unsure their relationship is on thin ice. Outside of the emotional pain, we've been living together for 2 years. We have a whole wedding planned with people coming. I'd like to try and work this out. Maybe I'm overreacting. My friends think I need to cut my losses and move on. What do you think about this, man? Do you think that he should go forward with the wedding and the hall pass? I mean, she's saying she doesn't want to do it anymore. His friends are saying drop it. It's a month away. What does he do, bro?
That's tough. I don't think you completely cancel everything just because she had this idea and asked you about it. I don't think that's fair.
I mean, okay. It's a month before the wedding and she wants to get it out of her system, right? So it seemed like something she has to get out. Do you since you don't want to overreact, do you let her move forward with that? Or not?
No, because clearly he has a serious problem with it.
Okay.
So you can't let her move forward with it. You have to be clear about what your thoughts and feelings are regarding this idea that she has, and explain why you don't feel like that's acceptable. And you have to see what her reaction is. Now, if her reaction is she's going to double down, no, I think this is what I need to be comfortable moving forward, then you have to have a more serious conversation of, okay, well, if that's how you feel, I think I feel more comfortable not moving forward with you.
Yeah.
You definitely have to talk it out, though. I
mean, her walking it back would not make me feel comfortable at all. I'd be like, you just want you're just going to do this without telling me now. Because if you say you want to do something, get it out of your system, clearly you feel like it's in your system. He's saying he's not sure if she picked out a guy or not. I'm sure she picked out 5 guys. I'm sure she might be like a conveyor belt, like that other girl. She has a whole lineup.
She's standing in 5 guys. I'll take the double patty with lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, bacon. Yes, definitely bacon. I want the barbecue sauce too.
Bro, she has an Airbnb booked already, a whole weekend. No, but I say definitely call off the wedding. Someone says this to you a month before, that's too soon. I mean, either he's down with the idea and down with her, or you can't really trust that she's okay moving forward to get married without feeling like she has to scratch that itch. I mean, listen, I would be for going to counseling and trying to work something out if you really love her. But I think moving forward with the wedding with something like that happening so soon, that's crazy because that's a permanent
I do think I agree with you from a counseling standpoint. For her to bring that up in the 11th hour, you gotta get somebody to talk through this with you. You need a professional real quick because.
Maybe she's trying to get out of it too. That sounds like something you would do if you didn't want to. So that sounds like something you would say if you didn't want to get married. If I tell him maybe I want to fuck someone else, maybe he'll call it off because maybe she doesn't want to call off the wedding. She wants him to do it.
That's a bitch move if so. But oh man, nasty stuff. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough because in one way. you want to appreciate the fact that at least she spoke to you. She told you how she's feeling, blah, blah, blah. Like, I appreciate the transparency. But at the same time, it's like, all right, well, how long have you been thinking this? And we're about to get married in a month where we're supposed to, like, I don't know, commit the rest of our lives to each other. And now you bring this up? Like,
Troy, what do you think? What do you think about her hall pass proposal?
Yeah, I think it's messed up. You can't do that right a month before the wedding is crazy. I think you definitely have to postpone the wedding and like have this long, serious talk. I'm like, okay, is this gonna come up again in like 5 years, 10 years? You already have people in mind, so it just has your mind wandering, like looking at other people and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a huge red flag, and it's a cause for concern for sure.
Yeah, terrible timing. Like, I'm not going to feel good about my wedding knowing we just had this conversation weeks before. Like, you want to smash someone else. Like, well, yeah, it's okay. But, I mean, certain people have certain, boundaries. They're like, okay, whatever happens on your bachelor party or bachelorette, like, whatever. Like, some people have those feelings. I don't know. Clearly, he does not. And clearly, he has a boundary. And, she's saying she didn't really mean it, or it's not that serious. But to me, I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't be able to get that shit out of my head. And then, every time she's not around, she's like at happy hour, or, I have to go away on a trip for work or something. I'm like, oh, she's probably out. She's probably using that hall pass I never gave her. Like,
thoughts and prayers to this guy.
Yeah, I think his friends are right though. Honestly, I would give my friend the same advice. I'd be like, listen, if you feel bad, unless you feel like, okay, you get your hall pass and you're okay with that. If you don't feel that way, don't do it, because it's permanent, man. And divorce is a bitch. You don't want to spend all that money on a wedding and feel like, oh, this bitch is gonna fuck the waiter. Like, who knows? Like, seriously, like, and he doesn't even know like who she wanted to smash. He should have asked more questions, if you ask me. But
somebody on Reddit told him free passes are like potato chips. You can never just have one.
I believe that. Just cheat. Like, just cheat. I don't understand this shit. This is, I feel like she kind of was halfway trying to get out of it, and he just didn't pick up on the signals. But let us know, guys. Should he call the wedding off? Should he move forward with it? Is it not that big of a deal? Should people give out hall passes before getting married? I think that's a bigger conversation, because, like, if you're going to be monogamous with one person your whole life, maybe you want to get a hall pass, or maybe you have a certain understanding once you're married. I don't know. Everyone has different things. I mean, things are evolving. So maybe this will be more commonplace. Maybe you could be a throuple. You never know. Like, that couple was together for 5 years.
We didn't have any articles this year about people having sex with airplanes and shit like that. That was last year.
Unfortunately, because the airplanes started falling out the sky, and it's not safe. Not safe anymore. But yeah, it's the holidays. People are going to be all over social media, spreading holiday cheer, showing off their significant others and families. This one woman, she has a theory about people who post their partners on social media, man. What's her name? Chelsea Berman. She shared her theory that if someone was excessively on social media with paragraphs about their partner, being their soulmate, it was a sign that their relationship is in trouble. She says you're actually miserable in that relationship. A few reasons. One, because I've been there. Two, she admits she's projecting. Two, who are you trying to prove it to? You can't just tell them that. Wow, that's a good point.
I agree.
A private life is a happy life, one social media user commented. Another said, I post my partner all the time because for the first time in my life, I feel valued and happy in a relationship. So no, this is not true. Someone said, I think the most miserable people are actually the ones who judge others for what they choose to post. Live your life. Another person commented.
Shot back at her.
For real. Another person commented, posting excessively and not posting at all are the same thing. And I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking read. Like, it's not. It's literally not the same thing.
They're literally
opposites.
opposites.
Oh man, what do you think about this? Do you think people who post paragraphs about their soulmates and all this other stuff and constant about their relationship, do you think they're really in trouble?
You know, I don't want to put everybody in the same bucket. I will say I've never been that person. I feel like the last time I posted was like 3-4 years ago or something. Anyway, but I don't know. I think some people, that's really like what gets them going. Like they feel like, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday. It's our anniversary. Like I want to put this really loving post up and let the whole world know how much they mean to me. And I think that's fine. Now, there are people for sure who are trying to overcompensate, who are like, I'm fucking miserable, but I want to make it seem like everything's peaches and cream. Like I am so in love, blah, 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 because I need to keep up appearances, whatever the case may be. A lot of people use social media for that.
Yeah.
A lot of social media is very fake.
Yeah.
So I think there's different ways to look at it. I just don't want to put everybody in that same bucket of like, oh, your relationship is miserable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that people use social media to like, promote themselves or, put out a certain image. I agree. I think it's all fake. I don't think it's real. I think a lot of times when I see people kind of put in paragraphs, and just in my opinion, overdoing it, I feel like they're trying to hide something. Just like when I saw Sir perform and he was talking about his wife and he was crying for her, and I was like, I know this nigga cheated. Like, I know he cheated because like that's the only reason he's being so extra.
Not only that, his wife was at like every show. It's like, damn, nigga, you need a chaperone.
He does because he cheated. So I'm like, I always look at that stuff like, why are you being so like overly like celebratory in certain moments? It seems like you're like paying off a debt, or you're being held hostage. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just want to, prove that, oh, I'm happy. I'm in a happy relationship. Everything is great. But I never look at that stuff and assume that that's the reality, whether it's good or bad. I think it is kind of, I think what this girl's saying has some truth to it. I mean, she admits that she's been there. And I think that we've all seen situations of people who look way happier on the internet than, you see them in real life or know real things that go on. It's just like, okay. But, I think it is better to keep your private life as private as possible. I think when you have big moments, okay, share it out, but it doesn't have to be everything. I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of people posting like, their matching pajamas and other bullshit. It's kind of just trying to like, rub it in other people's faces. Like, oh, look, I have like a significant other. Look, I'm happy. I'm doing this. I don't really fully believe it all the time. I feel like it's a little bit performative. I don't know, Troy, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I rarely post on social media, and I definitely don't really post relationship stuff. I kind of keep that stuff just private. But a lot of times when I see people posting it and going above and beyond, I'm kind of like low key a little bit cringing a little bit. I'm like, man, like you're doing a lot, but at the same time, some people like that validation. Some people are addicted to it. So I kind of just like probably cringe for a second, then just keep it moving. I'm like, okay, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've been in relationships where, I get accused of not posting anything at all. And I'm like, well, I don't want to. I posted stuff too. And, it's just like, it's just annoying too, like dealing with the reaction from people. Unless you're like in a real solid relationship, I'd say just don't do it.
My thing is like, before there was social media, nobody did none of this shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a single lick of it. And nobody had a fucking problem. But now
People
it's
have
like,
problems.
no, but I'm saying like nobody had a problem with what you did or didn't post, what you did or didn't share. Like obviously times have changed, but I feel like we read so much into just subtle things. Everybody's like personal choice of what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Like if I'm gonna post now, it's like I'll put it on my story if I'm doing something, if I'm out, if I'm about, if I feel like oh, I can tap in real quick on Instagram or something. Sometimes when I'm out, it's like I don't even think about it because I'm so like in the moment or just having fun, or I'm like, oh, my phone is about to die. Fuck it. Like, or I don't have service. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'll take pictures, but it'll stay in the phone. Like, you don't have to share everything.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some people do it sincerely. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about family, but it's just like, I don't know, it gets a little bit obnoxious on Instagram every year. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see who stays together, and hopefully everyone does enjoy their Christmas this year with their family.
Man, I can't wait for this holiday break. Get a nice couple weeks off work. Catch up on some things I need to do at the crib. Just enjoy family time. Have some good food.
Close out the year strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a lot this year. We did a whole lot this year. We have any more videos that we want to showcase that we didn't play?
Sure. Let's play this one from Diddy.
His lawyer also said that, Diddy can't wait to testify. He said, I don't know if I can keep him off the stand. I think he's very eager to tell his story. I can't imagine this could be helpful, especially he's referencing Costco. At least do your research and know who carries baby oil.
It was the lawyer that said that too. It's like, if this is the type of preparation, the second you get in front of a camera, you start saying, oh, it's probably from Costco. It's right down the street. And then Costco comes out on their own and says, listen, we do not sell that in all of the continental U.S. No baby oil here, baby.
The worst person of the year, Diddy, shows up again.
Yeah, now let's play our grand prize winner before we get on out of here.
The video of the year?
Yes, video of the year. Shout out to Natasha.
Who do you think is going to win, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
My favorite, Vladimir Putin, my baby boy. I think he will make good president, especially here in USA.
You think Putin should be the president in America?
Well, he is for me very special. In Russia, we only have Putin doll, and when you press belly button, he winks.
Are you serious?
His only doll available in Moscow, Russia.
Oh, wow.
When you press the belly button, he winks. Oh my God! I know Putin is over there winking now. You heard they killed one of them generals or something?
Nah, I did not hear that.
Ukraine did an assassination like yesterday. They assassinated the general that is in charge of chemical weapons and shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah, in Moscow.
Damn, shit's heating up in the world, man.
Craziness.
But hopefully, we can have a peaceful end to 2024 because 2025 is going to be a bloody mess. We'll see. I don't know, but it just feels that way. I just feel like things are amping up. Even from the content we just posted, we talked about a lot of crazy things. We got a lot of comments over the last couple of days. People love killers.
People were hot about the fact that we did not like the killer. What's his name? Nathan Peely or whatever.
Daniel or
Daniel
David. What's his name, Troy?
Was it Jordan? Was it Jordan Neely?
Jordan Neely who got killed.
Oh, okay. Daniel Penny.
Yeah, Daniel Penny.
Yeah.
Fuck Daniel Penny. And anybody that supports him. But yeah, people were not happy.
Yeah, man. People are triggered again. These people, I guess they're conservative. I don't know what side of the fence they stand
I don't know,
on,
but they were definitely on his side. They were like, yeah, go get a drink after you kill that nigga. Like, they were going crazy.
In essence, yes. One guy did say, oh, it's okay for one of your homies to kill someone. I was like, homies? What is he talking about? I love these white racist people and these fake pages. We love you guys. Keep the engagement going with us. If you guys want to stay triggered, that's going to be, your prerogative, but we're going to keep talking about everything we want to talk about, Also got some comments on TikTok on the same thing, and then also on Drake. People are critical of you again for saying like our culture, people are questioning your blackness. They said you're who Kendrick was talking about when he said not like us. I'm like, damn, they just don't know.
Listen, they don't know me. And I haven't done anything against black culture in the United States except champion black culture in the United States, whether it's in my professional work, my personal life, whatever the case may be. Y'all better check my card. I got my black card on me.
Black History Month every year. Just started celebrating Juneteenth after recognizing it, years in the past.
That's
So,
right.
we make progress.
That's right. That's right. We grow and we learn.
Hell yeah. And we grow on this platform, So we appreciate all the feedback and all the haters and all the love. We get a lot of love. We got a lot of love this year, especially through like the Drake and Kendrick beef, us covering that extensively has been a lot of fun. Love the engagement from all of our new subscribers over the year on all the platforms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for all the love and support, positive and negative.
Yeah.
Any sort of interaction, we're here for it. Because, listen, we support everybody that supports us. And when you like and comment, that's all the love we need, baby.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for a great 2024. 158 episodes. It's been great. We've done it all. And 2025 is going to be crazy. We got Diddy's trial. We got Trump coming back. We got TikTok possibly ending. We got this girl having sex with 1,000 people.
She's going to start the year off with a big bang.
Oh, God. I don't know if she could do it. That sounds crazy. But maybe
she's gonna end up in the hospital.
Maybe we'll do a reaction vid. Maybe we can watch it
what
together.
No.
Troy already watched the documentary. I don't know.
It was PG. Everything was blurred out. So
okay. Maybe we have to watch the PG version. Okay.
Did Shannon watch with you or no?
No.
Yeah,
no,
I didn't think so.
She likes the real killing documentaries. Not that's lightweight.
That's like Nat. I went to the bookstore with Nat, and she was like, "Oh, I need to buy something for Secret Santa. They're doing that at her job." And I'm like, "Oh, so what are you getting?" I'm gonna get her a book. What kind of books does she like? Oh, murder mysteries. I'm like, of course she does. All these chicks love murder mysteries. That's why they're in love with Luigi.
Oh yeah, that's true. Luigi's getting a lot of love from the women, the gay men. Yeah, America loves killers. Like that's the truth on both sides. It just depends on who you align with.
They said he got like 30 handwritten letters. Well, this is while he was still in prison in Pennsylvania. 30 written letters. I think like over 100 emails and stuff like that. He was over 150 people paid into his commissary already.
Wow, that takes effort. I mean, he got millions of mentions on the internet, so I only assumed that he was going to be popular.
Yeah, he's going to be more than popular.
Listen, it's crazy. We'll probably see his trial next year too, as we get more information. I really do think the next 15 years are going to be crazy in this country, but we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna be hopefully, covering it, and I don't know if Trump's gonna try to censor us, but we're gonna play within the rules.
Yeah, we might have to start recording from a secret location or some shit. Get a bunker somewhere.
I don't know, man. I just keep looking behind us, thinking the fucking drone's gonna come flying,
just floating by the window.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, that would be great. That'd be a great way to end the year. But just want to thank everyone for your support this year. It's been a fun year throughout all the chaos.
That's right.
We had a great time.
We did. Shout out to you guys too.
Yes.
Julian, Troy. It's been real this year. Turning up, talking, laughing, crying.
Shout out to everybody. We had so much fun. And yeah, we'll be back. After Martin Luther King Day, much needed rest. But yeah, make sure you like the videos, share the videos, follow, subscribe on all platforms. Yeah, man. I think we did a great job today.
Yeah.
Covering a lot, especially after such a heavy ass week last week, But we had a lot to get through. I hope everyone has a great, safe holiday. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy all that shit.
Yes.
All the good stuff.
And happy 2025.
Yeah, happy New Year, too.
Yeah, until next time, guys.
Peace.